Ale fonsaje de.
Ale fonsaje.
Ale fonsaje.
Ale fonsaje.
Muna dabo sanka baluo.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbe useni dabo julalema.
Ale fonsaje.
Juloka man la maje.
Ale fonsaje.
Ni aja man la maje.
Ale fonsaje.
Suluo simmene da.
Ale fonsaje.
Useni masata.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale ya mansandi.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbaro da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbaro da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Numukunda da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale bate jola.
Ale fonsaje.
Masole bate jola.
Ale fonsaje.
Aye Gambia bondi bata kono.
Ale fonsaje.
Imaje molu bele se wota.
Ale fonsaje.
Arabe nyinkera
Ale fonsaje.
Masobe nyinkera
Ale fonsaje.
Usen bota nyani dobo.
Ale fonsaje.
Dobo gaye usen.
Ale fonsaje.
Anata kombo tumami.
Ale fonsaje.
Londo nata kulli.
Ale fonsaje.
Okaye lo adabo.
Ale fonsaje.
Ayado kuoge Gambia
Ale fonsaje.
Gambia kaye Mandela.
Ale fonsaje.
Mayinduru kema.
Ale fonsaje.
Alafo salida bokema.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale bate joda.
Ale fonsaje.
Jilansi sedima.
Ale fonsaje.
Ganja mane dimma.
Ale fonsaje.
Sali suare dimmalem.
Ale fonsaje.
Jari jalo dimma.
Ale fonsaje.
Jari fulo dimma.
Ale fonsaje.
Tida si sedimmalem.
Ale fonsaje.
Munaninda tata mailitu.
Ale fonsaje.
Munantani mkumbole mude.
Ale fonsaje.
Juguna. Ale fonsaje de.
Ale fonsaje.
Ale fonsaje.
Ale fonsaje.
Muna dabo sanka baluo.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbe useni dabo julalema.
Ale fonsaje.
Juloka man la maje.
Ale fonsaje.
Ni aja man la maje.
Ale fonsaje.
Suluo simmene da.
Ale fonsaje.
Useni masata.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale ya mansandi.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbaro da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbaro da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Numukunda da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale bate jola.
Ale fonsaje.
Masole bate jola.
Ale fonsaje.
Aye Gambia bondi bata kono.
Ale fonsaje.
Imaje molu bele se wota.
Ale fonsaje.
Arabe nyinkera
Ale fonsaje.
Masobe nyinkera
Ale fonsaje.
Usen bota nyani dobo.
Ale fonsaje.
Dobo gaye usen.
Ale fonsaje.
Anata kombo tumami.
Ale fonsaje.
Londo nata kulli.
Ale fonsaje.
Okaye lo adabo.
Ale fonsaje.
Ayado kuoge Gambia
Ale fonsaje.
Gambia kaye Mandela.
Ale fonsaje.
Mayinduru kema.
Ale fonsaje.
Alafo salida bokema.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale bate joda.
Ale fonsaje.
Jilansi sedima.
Ale fonsaje.
Ganja mane dimma.
Yo, assalamualaikum barengolo kal bismillah platform auto ngalong ko Euro Championship level carry round last 16 football tournament level carry and glued up to their television screens and other devices. One of Europe's most coveted trophies in the football arena. Competition going on right now in Germany. So what a big game. But Bal Bismillah in current affairs program to bullet at the program will be stopped because no them. Well, the program will take off for July 14th. We'll make a final. So we'll be coming here and there. So Mbalbe Bismillah to the 1st of July 2024, Monday. Tenelumba, director to follow. Wow, month of the year. Time flies. Mbalbe Kontona was our Conte, Moses Sise, Kara Yakub, Nabali Musos, Kadi Sane, and congratulations, Kadi, on the graduation of your, I think, is your son, right? Yeah, I stand to be corrected. Mustafa Sajan Kontona. Mbalbe Bismillah, modest edition of Current Affairs show. Momo Duntanan be Kontona. Nemel program of GP la nyata lamandi. Kunong ko ngamira na program okele. So me program does la duala rek konka kinyaming. Duala kinyaming sabat kelantol be nina dimbayalo. Mansatola yusudra banko wala ma ay banko tanka. Ay bondi nyim bulu jawo kono ay bondi bulu kendo kono. Congratulations Kali on the graduation of your son. Yeah, alama ala karamo ya nafa alama ke gululal nafa di anin dunia alama ala londo gena kaf mbe sabante frewol fana mbe duwala alama ne manin kafal kale mbe duwala patiyo mbe duwala alama kana fu jawol la bal alama jawol korlan mbe duwala ndol fana kilin fele kono nga programme so jang UDP UK chapter la forthcoming program nyente kala Nottingham sate kono East Midlands branch that was a very important interactive panel discussion. So we call July Karotin Mole. The announcement of financial jang a broader member of a UDP at the UK jang a plot of land in Mandinaring about Wafikang so I come advertisement of Kajang no announcement of later brother Francis of the UK jang Francis Giba. So but price is there. I have got the map and the location if anybody is interested. Over and Kilena and the Koran the dimensions. Also price tag ni over and announce la nyato demanding ning mojama duntana. Mbalbe tanto bake kaljay. Mboka imagana bismillah taylondi then the funds very July 2024. Just ngan time nakala de deme. Kanyan juga 2024 belegi duga na July. Princess Bintu Bama be kontono. Na cousin sena bombe kontono malom fe be jibero la ba malo. You commence program be jama gena si jama. Nan ne football mo am. Then you bari si time football new. I think the next game is Portugal versus Slovenia. I think France won the previous game by 1-0. So the Belgians are out again. They are never lucky in tournament football. Belgium, they're always out, in the knockout phase. Most times, Nime Bondi knockout is a Bondi semi-final or quarter-final. So there we go. England narrow escape yesterday, and they always make us so nervous. English, and England, and these 3 Lions of England. You can also support us all. It was really nervy yesterday. Just at the tail end of I think about less than a minute, we had to come from behind to equalize when almost the whole nation was in a state of shock. England almost lost to Serbia yesterday. That was really, really nerve-wracking yesterday watching that game. But eventually, miracles happen in football. We came from behind to win 2-1. So now we have to face Switzerland. That's going to be another cracker. That's going to be another tough. Switzerland is a good team. But football like France only ika nying manya like ke play for the final or they haven't played well, France, just like England. But they are France started qualified. So this is what they did in the last World Cup. So anyway, tournament football is interesting. And I'm sure most of you are enjoying it. So but Portugal and Slovenia will play the next. I know some people will be watching that. It's going to be another interesting game. But kana rek nga program din soto jar rek nga kacha din soto jar rek ngalon ko nga kacha kele kunung do kacha kele ngole continue la jang because it's important pour nga diamo nyin kola. So mbe Uncle Larry Sise fanan tento la bagi be at a coffee time with Peter Gomez and UDP la perspective di SONA Adama Barola SONA State of the Nation address 36 page speech. Adama Barola speech equal 36 page. Let me make that disclaimer. I haven't listened to it yet. I would at some point, or I may at some point, but I got feedback from Uncle Larry Cicela reaction to Adama Barola SONA. Iko nga maybe coffee time. Iko Adama Barola speech main grade. Kaito I mensafai. Iko Adama mo safe. 36 page document. But kuma jamal le fora jeme alan ko they are completely misleading. Kuranko, Jiko, but I will try to play that part of Uncle Larry Cicela Fengo. And I should have Uncle Larry Cicela here to do the Mandinka version or the local language version because at the end of the angle come on coffee time. For you repeat the reaction to Adama Barola SONA. Okay. But let me make this announcement quickly on behalf of Francis Jiba. Then I will do it later. I plot of land le sutaka me wafi mandinaring kunkujang jata ya commonot dola mafon commonot West Coast region. Ako 575,000 aka wafi wala plot on you. So if anybody's interested, yeah, it's a Francis contact. Francis lab number, UK number here is, I will put it on the screen for those who want to contact him. 07445281355. That is, if you're in the UK, you put 0 on it. But if you're outside the UK, obviously it's +44 74452811355. He's our contact on WhatsApp. Or if you know anybody, I'm not in colleague among the UK if you know the 5 Jai plot of land, 500,000. So let me see the measurements here. I think he has put the measurements also. Okay, maybe I need to check that with him. 60 by 35. Sorry, it's there. Plot 60 by 35. It's a big, that's quite not. It's 575. It's just a little over $500,000. So ako prunganan jang ni momo lafta ibe diaspora de lafta la isa contact ale kacha. Good location on Mandinaring. Mandinaring is not far from Lamin. It's not far from the airport. It's a strategic location. So ni momo interested plot la, and then you are interested to even have a garden there or something, or you have a project. It's a Francis Jiba contact on that, on the number that it's here 07445281355 on WhatsApp. So Baltan Globaki also Liro Sutara Tonga na Spain Convention on Manjamva. The program would also the announcement of Kela na colleague Sanajaju Kajata. The program also on about the Spain Convention, which is just about a month to go, countdown to Spain. 1 month to go. So I think the plans are in high gear on that. I think the announcement is out. Mole Spain Convention of Kalamutale. It's been out, it's already out there. Mamma Move Diaspora member for Mama UK UDP Diaspora Convention of Spain. Mamma Move Gambia member Kalamuta. The publicity is out long overdue, so but we will just keep talking about it. The information is out on TikTok. me alonko obviously it is very very important to know fanang ku kaja bake. So on that note, let me play this announcement from in regards to the Spain convention. Okay. Malam falga volume moy bakele bang, but the volume looks a bit low from my end. But I don't know. Malam fantala telephone or bang. But the volume looks quite low on my phone. Let me just put the sound here and then see whether Nalka moy fanam also phone, then I can continue to play. It's a short advertisement. This one is clear. You know, this one is the recording is not very good. Yeah, the volume is very low.
Ibakela muntu mala iko on the 3rd of August 2024. Ibakela muntu iko Spain pampuka. Onkul Putzedi kana nyato mbuya. Utombe mulbe kumantela. Mukana tukoma. America, Europe, Asia. Manghani motu koma. Hani Gambian kulnar kumantele. Ali fontina. Ali nake yom tamonti. Nimbekela history leti. Jumalo ya hosti. Mko mfamo bari ke. Kai kunjite. Seri kumusulku. Wale bikala na hosti. Woto alkana tukoma. Aisa haidara wo. Ibeba batukano. Iko momo tutakoma. Kana soya sati. Nimbekela nyom tamonti. Woto yamunefo. Iko on the 3rd of August 2024. Yen sango kono mbe mukono.
Okay, the volume is very low. Definitely, I check on my phone. Maybe we will have a better recorded version to play that on Bantaba, because this one is very. Somebody says good there, but on my device it's not very good. On my device it's not very good. Okay, now wala important though. Abarakabake, Modufal, you put some update here. I'm waiting for that to appear on my device so that I can read it, because computer doesn't cover everything. Okay, let me show that. Yeah, it covers up to a limited level. Yeah. Okay, walang kibaroti membotanang Spain volume mang loud back so, but we'll try to get a more recorded version, because this one is actually very clear. This other one, the volume is very loud on this one. The other one, Sister Kadiamudaming announcement, okay, it's not very clear. So, but we'll try to get another one. But Spain conventional, Momo Mala flight book. You better do it now, because we also have some more hotel reservation. Okay, please, I'll allow the reservation. Okay, so Barcelona is calling on the 3rd of August, inshallah. UDP Diaspora Convention follow fundraising poka kolonyini, but you pledge all for make ganne. Mo jamale pledge all di in the UK jam ala baraka bake na lonko pledge all the kam. Fatsanan in the area, the more call can pro pledges all and they have the fundraising team UK level, and other regions are also doing the same thing. So pledges all la karola kudu the collect and the more the kudu di can be mobile and to la be more jaila. Later on alonko tisa road from the African, so there will be more information on that, all geared towards Puka Patio Assembly to your fundraising team together with the task force on Spain, but like an Puka Spain event on Yinka Kidman about me exclusive programs to the Jambe Luntam Basso the Fanam. Ning a detail will conclude the announcement of the Mealonko UDP TV Media and UDP Bantaba will have another program Puka Diamond Spain conventional call. So ala barakabaki. Science na don kacha kono me alanko continuation of kacha lon kunu. Ali alonko kunung kamfari ngole na rajam. Ano ngalo mo jama be kamfari. But there is one thing, say Gambia, mote Gambian ol nene lamo. Ken monuta nak Gambian si. Say Gambian politically, ning nyatonga ya miracle, ise Gambian ol nene no itela ke nene. The Gambian people are united in their condemnation of this insane judicial bill. I mean, the other bill may along salaries and pensions for lawmakers. There has been general condemnation across the board. For sun sulu rolu ning nim opportunity solo wolu wolte diamola. Aning mansakundala ministalu aning melbe muna fanga kono dipite wolu. But I expect, again, I'm going to reiterate this. I expect like UDP deputy honey killing tenyem below support la. Honey. Mamere UDP deputy betal deputy bugro bi. Ite ko United Democratic Party bolle karto fayi. Yeta wo deputy bugro ye bulo wulindi. Iko ye ima fo ne. Ning deputy yage jani 2027 ite nindol platform tiyo le bakela because mbala ko ite wu ite nimbaro le be the same category. This is not a threat. We have to say things as they are. Because nyim bilo nyom bile kurungu finding Adama Barola former president's bill. Mama kande men fala dia moto to nyalo. Ñu yamel ko gambirol mu fontol mu dofol leti bang. Male mutamen di bari. Yalong iko farabo ye nyame ake bara wala nyama. Meta nyim fola banta bale. Nyim bile mo be jama tol Gambia no le ake. Ntolom al nga to nyafo. Nga kuma kini wala saya kadra jamre. Bari nte batala sata lol. All right, because Yaya Jammeh manta seriously otomo ko kidole be jamme bulu yalla otomo mo be kawla fo ha ya ka mo jongula le soro aka mo sabas ala 5-star hotel le bari sai democracy wala moto na banko ka hani to awdu jam nga dole je ka keri iko ni e dabla politiko ko ni fra airport di be arrest la ha dol dum wala amira ko pour kata police station auto. Well, it's the end of the world for you. So, ni silanya membe jang, o silanya kinol be Gambia. Gambia no nga fo jani ko kombon ko ka fo nyami na we wala kasiya na kibro wala kasiya bare man hani. If anybody thinks I'm wrong, you can call him and prove me wrong. Because kabirim barosita adiamo lombang, a barake lombang, a nonsense tax increase lombang. Tax of $20. Hani saying non kutu teji. But it all deputy wol bukaju, minister bukaju, Adama Barrow bukaju, anala Fatou Babaro bukaju, Sadio Mbalo bukaju, ala advisor sol bukaju. Jumaleka wo dola muongo jo. Fuarul. Anintol diaspora mkulu. Wofana mankutu teji. Sanji sei. Ntolu Adama yentol disenfranchise. Man karto fay. De karto fay la na banko bang. Gine bisa onkol ka karto fay le mel do banda. Senegal ol ka fay. Nigeria ol ka fay. So many ni garo mana muna na Gambia ntolu jutu na yaka kentol da mal. Tay moy lacce bi. Gine bisa Guinea-Bissau man develop Gambia ti. Na develop tati fana mama, but baby the same category. They are all least developed countries, LDCs. Remember Bandika Karto File. The Gambia, despite contributing massively over 60% towards the GDP, na remittances, hani saying, he konte Karto File. And hani saying they obe caring. Adama memfo ala SONA to, ako maybe, ikako aseke no. The uncle Larry Olefo, other reaction, ako Adama nyanta explicitly, mbe nyun Gambian ol beta referendum la ako aseke no. Thank you, Jeremy Morong. They know they will get away with it because they know that we are all talk. Wabubari. India molon the level the most developed countries on this planet. Gambian all. The watch afuru molom the amulu. The level developed the United States. The level developed a Great Britain. As Ndol Wolom, because Adam Barrow I will masterly about us. So at the end of the day, man katofai corruption of a foreign banko can tap for man sekunda ka hani yela minister kana ka foko ha file me alongo sensitive information na biji kamalo koral dita nyamin kolkata nyamin file ni gisuko Ministry of Fisheries ye je janile ani sai kesa mo jabato malo no investigation GRA alleged corruption ol kata jele investigation ol kata COVID funds squandered in broad daylight. Millions of dollars is molda kan yela tafas mamboji deputy ol nara yela jolu kafu fabaka tomo jada 1.2 million akamen soto clothing allowance responsibility allowance telephone allowance jana malamu allowance ol be kafula nyokam bankol be dehiri Kenya mbem fon lo repeat kan ko denkere act killing neketa it sparked nationwide protest. Bala television screen ordo Gambia be derin tuku yare. Ano hani below pasta. Tafaste balaji. Unless Gambians prove me wrong. Yes, hani below pasta. Ma koka chala 3-4 days. We go back to our corner. Na imam mumele kako. Ika BFN for the coffee. Ma I don't malafai what ikako fu baroko ni FGM below malong niya pass malong whatever. So let's wait and see. But Barona Talaya Foko, itola position on this FGM is very clear. So mbe deputy ol batuka. But monente selandi o mente disappointing ni bilold. Dobe nyinin karola kas UDP condemned the judiciary bill. Well, Mr. Jeng, I'm speaking as an anchor on Bantaba and condemning it, but I'm not an official of UDP. And UDP will definitely react. Yeah? So just wait for that, please. I expect them to react to this. But I am not the spokesperson of UDP, but I'm just an anchor on the UDP platform. I'm giving my opinion. No rational person will support this bill. And UDP, obviously, we have a lot of great minds in the party. Without any iota of hesitation, I can't see UDP supporting this bill. I don't expect any of our MPs to support this bill. If they do, well, they will come in Indolbe disagree on social media. They have a right to vote with their conscience, but as citizens of the country, we have right to say what you've done is wrong. You understand? We are watching. I don't expect any UDP MP to vote for this bill because this bill has no sense in it. Nyim bill kurungo ani bill me alon ko jutuna ya bilolom ki fangol jutundi banku dingol la. You understand me? Kamera ko itoleta mo bankoti. Nde malo Africa, sometimes this continent, sometimes see them buka answer soro. Buka lo molki mira nyame. And the interesting thing is, mera nyim for a platform utol. Kolo dola ya fojam, Fanjai wax na ko fi. Ba dem mo drame be kontono. Fanjai wax na ko fi. Gambia, you control 90% for 95% Muslim. UK jam 95% bijan jamma mera 5% 10% Muslim fo be nyimbanko ko bari ndela jeroto na manke saloti salo kasila hada mari mo hakola awarta tuba dula jante gambiati ndo mbaw fo la lefanta fo la stafurlay tubabu du bankol ga nyim banko sendo malu ito lesila la hadamadi mo hakoti moma foko imanyana jojolu jola kendeke yes jojolu inyanta ka good package choto mo mamela mo ba fala ko jojolu manyana good package choto but it has to make sense. It has to be mealonko ani reality eta anonte fon I'm not good even belaboring on MP the deputy wol fon la salary ni pension de wolente dimi de personally wolente dimi mo yin deputy wolu ibe munela Gambia is to warrant this benefits ngala ninga nyem from na deputy friends all they would get mad at me but they can come and answer my question. What have they done for the country? I interviewed some of them here on Bantaba, and some of them were honest to say yes, their performance is below the bar. Though they admittedly. So Divide Wolu, why should we remunerate them all these handsome packages? And on the saddest thing, any more diamda, because Divide will be daring, because film be daring. Nyungunu be wotumo na social media deputy mele alongo they are all over the place on social media. Sai mo buka jika posting. Wala tina. Lafida mo be yamar la menna. Duma buga advice nit. Dome alama so buga maintain sa credibility. Nga am sa bop. Nga helatal sa bop. I hakilo tu bake rek. Inducement out. Inducement dafa bari façon. Inducement dafa bari façon. Hadama dingo ning aya bulo tilila. Ayela diamunya control. Akelek dominate le. Nyin dipidol where they lost it. Bring mansa kona nene. Any moto this motor vehicles. Bera bodo alka diamu alka dipidol mal deka kuma ko bak. No. Because ni kuma kele fo fularek. Ibe jela doita Facebook ko baratol fon moto tal. Nalta la time ya maintain sanya nata la timeline uta sa feke honorable ya maintain sanya. I see people reminding him, oh, but why you are making this noise? You yourself took the bill. So saying they ran out of steam. All right? These people have run out of steam because what happened is they cannot say anything. They have no legs to stand on. But Shehu said he has a leg to stand on. That's why Shehu said he nyemenyo bantaba. Because mansa konda mante dungala poso kono. But in ning yali nene yal olana na lafeta alka hani purka mansa konda scrutinize all these temptations ado bulala. Yes, some of our MPs are compromised. Well, I don't have evidence. So I'm not going to put that out there. But I have heard from the grapevines, Alkaji Memfoting, Nin Deputy Odol Kachatala from Melmanka UDP Deputy Olti. It will fall off on your man, Deputy Old Trust. But in the absence of evidence, they will put Lamoja. But Nin Deputy Dol Kachatala Melmanka UDP Deputy Olti. Ikona Deputy Old Dol Bujika Manyal Menke Deputy Bungo. It will funga jahal. But now, mina di moment samala nansai. I think don't let them tarambulul falina. Ngafo janne ko 20 next parliamentary election. Alinka naji ko ha kare UDP londite. Ning patiyo more londi amari performed yes nga support. But ning patiyo more taka maintain me along la performance in the sixth legislature is absolutely appalling. Dot platform olu alinga kese. Even hata mira funding ke odole londila. Nga humole kato fay way. Wole be banko na fala. Yes. Because Gambia la ko tamita nyenale. Because dolo nin tuta nyin manyala. Nyin diamo for how long? For how long nyin diamo kala? Moma energy soto. But ndeka Gambia di nyamin legislature, executive, judiciary, ito lebe deni ko you know what? Alinga Gambia la national cake na kudetala. ye niye nyin blado kundu cabinet yo executive ota deputy ole tata so the slice ndingo mentula je iko banku dingoli yotala. How are we going to change this? Le nakala ko change ñun ñoo wara am fayda ci suñu bop. Dese wu the next parliamentary election mamara député bente ko la fay ko ñeko tayta campagne ko. Ano mamara député bente ko la ko ñe lafta interview ko ñe bantaba. Hani because nte motente use la. Nte kukela but ninga je ko you are not honest. Ite and Gambian o ñun londe ko ñunula interest ka trawole noma. Ye Gambian o je wallahi na banko ntol fon ndaji ko lom banko la problem ti because ntolu nkun kilimo ngo sehu se de fale amana mala fe fenna wallahi ntol men bebe la moyro jam bo be lafta fenna le nim fana la fi tan nu nta kela bare nka fo ngi example di fonda do nga ta bula manasi no manasi mfana nta ka kudo pomp kan but until a conscience will not allow me because nte molka dunia na fulul mutamleti ni dunia kodolu monyante content bondola député wolu ni fifth legislature member daje wala fisata ni sixth legislature by far more be ni diabo bela hadi député kilik ma jata dal timeline of the CAF condemnation of the CAFoko. I don't support this bill and I'm not going to support this bill and I am going to distance myself away from all these packages coming from the député wolu ale député ñu wala jeme ya safe bebe dairy and there are more draconian bills below dolu bi jile content bill and all these crazy bills me alon ko adama barona la molu and Dawda Jallow si fongol la Dawda Jallow I tell you coming that guy is going to be one of the worst IG attorney generals in the country but ala behave monte surprise he is just there pour que Barrow enable and he is not looking at the interest of the country I tell you Barrow enable wrong that's why Barrow is going to keep him there but him below Mama Kande ko ni below pastor that was going to be the cause of Barrow's downfall. Let's wait and see. Because Barrow got away with a lot of things. So let's wait and see. And the only way we can express our grievances is to we should come out in the strongest possible terms. Bango be mama peacefully protest by ka banko kan bango be volunteer na foko no to this bill because Senegal ul ye menke Senegal ul la banko bondi ten bari ñendi amu kata safiro la Facebook auto kana ban taba janka diam maybe somebody can ask this question seriously ite fongo yes then info de la jam se protest anu ni protest entre Gambia be protest la bonte be bis janni ndenga na protest ningo ka janen tata. Yeah, I'm contributing my quota media mukang, but I'm not only talking, I'm going out into the streets. Ndada le sinya fula participate at protest over there. So ndenga moral authority shotel ka fuko alfully. Anunde mafu moeta yetinarik. I am not calling for anybody to be involved in riots. I'm not calling for anybody to be involved in destruction of public property, but that's illegal and it's even wrong because you have no damn right to gamula bagasotina. You have no damn right can other citizen attack. But public silokan mbele la tamoti mole right to ka placatol muta ye sidula kile ya for no to this but ni o fonke Gambia police force katale ke arrest. I remember funding all melta si achor. Imandula tinya this nonsensical public order act. They're hiding behind it. Okay, Doko, Ablaija Banko, I post Jere from a UDP supporter, Honorable Kante ko atete below support la. Thank you. Natra Honorable Kante. But Honorable Kante for my timeline to Tafoya Safiji. Let him write the Ablaija Banko. He has a Facebook wall. Let him go there. Okay. Thank you so much, Tunko Marina. I'm going to Tunko Bantabala admin for greetings from Gambia. Thank you. Be contona. As IBC and be from contona. So, Ndola Banko, the answer to these issues, we have to step up our game. Na manyalu ndetula nying safari bambalola, we have to test the waters. Ye nyato nga kurungo je na be nyato nyunu ma hakili soto. Okay, ninga nyimfo e bafalanke nenne because Gambia say every little thing is nendro. But hakilo le ka nyambishi because Adama Barrow wallahi ni Adama Barrow mo doti. Adama should be the last person to be part of this. Yalo ninga nyimfo mol camera ha se o katala ka Adama Barrow ridicule. Yalo Gambia fo dia mo fon le kolata sign because if mo fem ko ha ika kebal leneng ika pressa mo disrespect ika pressa mo disrespect. But saying what I'll for you dia mola because ninga Barrow 2016 March I don't know. Saying na Barrow but ye Gambian no one thing with us Gambian de ga o fate. That then they titelu de fate homalan. Momo matolu londe. They say we in my quiet moments nkam kunu manga remembale. Brimbidaga newsrat betending koma domola lunch. Mbuka hani lunch ka afford no koditi yolu dimolu wol kata ka good lunch ika ni for ika femodol afford non ntolo middle class po malbada ntolo me alonko mo sifal afford no ntolo afford la no so nka silenka mira wala andum hadamari nyante kelade an baro boto wole kono Ibrahima Silla boto wole kono baro boto wole kono Dusano boto wole kono Shehu Mbalo boto wole kono Sidi Keta boto wole kono na jara na finance minister akuluta jarale okay Sidi Keta boto foire yale kono kontrol be foire ya kono nyame but these people inyinatale so ndeka menkan nyininka ning yalon hadama dingo ni boto kole ya kono ala nata kairo yele ngamri te nyanta sile la quiet moment ya fogo bari nte fana tata nyin jarol la wala tinna hadama dingo ala sunkaro samanan ñinon daliloti pour nka sunka jibe foiro le ka konko fil nyame yalla mo jama ka sun imam sungura dalilo fa wolo turum pena kono le don bo sungula dalilo mo lati okay Ablay Jabang, sometimes you jump the gun. Okay. Okay. I'm not holding brief for the party leader. And it's not my job. But and I'm not saying that you cannot say he should be blamed. But Ablay, do you know what he's doing behind the scenes? Do you know what he's working to Imalo? And do you know what his approach is going to be? Do you know? So like when the spot about Barola Korra, he was working on it. He was working on the evidence, and then he came back. No opposition leader made that in the country. He's the one who did it. So I'm not saying that, but let's also couldn't you UDP call I was driving to London. I'm having another conversation among Bang because I was on the motorway. I was on hands free anyway. Then after network, and then he was also saying ko ntolinyanta funtila sisasi nga barola SONA condemn na counter ako UDP nyanta funtila le ngai ko my brother but yama sonda albuko koronto ba muntu mala adama baro SONA ke Thursday do menen to data protest la Friday Saturday iko UDP nyanta funtila sisasi things don't happen like that. UDP is a political party. We have structures. Reactions have to be for you. UDP cannot just come to Bantaba, just react, come and say, just clicking on Bantaba, coming top. And take an individual opinion already. But Ninata UK chapter position dealer, you think I'll be this quick? For example, because UK chapter, we have an executive. The executive will have to discuss things. They will have to brainstorm on things. Then we come and react. That cannot be as quick as Sehu Sidili going to Bantaba, giving his personal opinion. Sometimes we are too quick also. President Wayala SONA ke Thursday. All right? Let me ask, which opposition has reacted to Adam Barrow SONA? Gambia for all market follow. You know, but somebody called me, UDP not organize. I don't think we have to even organize press conference for that until a judgment. Among ko fongo bill nyanta ka press conference organized. There were experts today at Ebo Fokam. Now we have seen UDP reaction to SONA from Uncle Larry Cisse. Sometimes the experts can react, the party leader has to react to everything. What a life bake a press conference. So sometimes let's chill a little bit. All right? Because no one more than told you we are too reactionary, we are too confrontational. Political, you have to be strategic. Let's allow 2, 3, 4 days, and our experts will come and dissect that. And that's exactly what Uncle Larry Cisse did today on coffee time. I reacted. I mean, UDP will react. Party leader, Imala strategy long, but I cannot see the party leader not reacting to these bills. He would obviously react. But how he is going to do? But these bills are so important, and it has generated a lot of debate on social media. Alaji Usainu Dabo definitely will react to these bills. Ablai Jabang. All right. But it cannot be as quick as you and I. Okay, Mama Kande has reacted, and let's not sometimes be too comparative. Because Mama Kande has spoken. There are things that Alaji Usainu Dabo has said. Mama Kande did not also comment on those things. This is politics. I don't know about a plot of land. I could remember who broke the news. It's the party leader did it. Mama Kande did not do it. Okay, so let's sometimes alinga strategic on issues, but you didn't go into they want us to do, and I understand the frustration because nonsense. But UDP cannot go hold press conference on every little thing. But already I'm making that press conference. But already I'm making where we will spend all our life doing press conferences. All right. So exactly, Banda Balde. UDP is doing more because UDP is even talking more, doing all the talking. Okay. So let me not digress because I want to focus on this bill. After ntekana nyin deputy wol nafta deputy wolu yena kumo moy bake lafte na nga program so jana maybe na kumo moyle, and we want the majority leader Ondebo Alaji Estabo to take the lead on this. Ondebo Alaji Estabo mbedi amukene as a colleague, also as you are the minority leader. Try to lead the opposition, whether you guys will succeed in stopping this bill because y'all outnumbered. Ning bulu wulundo sita, itolela number sita, we are not going to falter you on that, but we want all you DPNs, I'll be for no to this bill. I'll low banko dingoli. Okay? So monong na position oti wala nyintiko. Nonsense ole ben na banko kang. Tilimbali ale be banko kang. Andong alkana song. Adama Barrow nala moliye UDP nondi. We are in a very good position to win the 2026 election. How we behave is going to define elections in 2026. We have to be strategic. Ngadiam. Banko be tinyatale. Adama Barrow banko tinyale. It's beyond repairs. Sa imagine afonga yin dalasi million tanano mendi yin journalist kuntangolla. Yin journalist wol meli alonko. They are not even fit to be called journalists. It is sponsor to sell their agenda. You are not a journalist. Yes, you can go and disagree with me for who I care. You are not fit to be called a journalist. Yes, West Coast Radio, Peter Gomez is fit to be called a journalist because he among Kodonyinta. Su Radio, they are fit to be called Reni Mata, Kerfato Mata, What's on Gambia Mata, what on journalist, King FM Mata, what on journalist already. But all these rest are not journalists, man. You want to funky command journalist. I'll promote Levan, I'll command journalist. journalist o me ite ko te mo journalist o di man sa ko naka ko di le katela agenda sponsor when you are italo media di you are supposed to be there to inform the public Omar Wale be walla Omar Wale mo journalist o di ha ni nga nyem baba ha maybe Omar Wale promote kana because Omar Wale come sa ko la criticize no that's not the issue is media house worth your salt man so kuna be dalas million o dulla itela bunko itela poso kono le ibe jagar la ibe fenkela ibe kibir la taxpayers money imaje mona keta bi yankoba sedi na jaranko yankoba sedi adama ya atele blame on this 40 million aya demote yalo yankoba sedi be rabota na Russia bera yo tafaro keji yalo ntenga nyimfole mba fote ko in the first place yankoba sedi manyana appoint la permanent secretary yala information yankoba sedi ay manya men ko Russia mbele nga kalamata adama ya recall biranata ya samba prisons le mile 2 wotuma boka hanyi kada banjul sa fele sa ya redeploy wolto adama ya demote because kabo permanent secretary yala kata director of prison services womo demotion knowledge so adama now ay Ismaila Cisse da bondi jile iko ha Ismaila Cisse nyimman ko nyam bari ngo almaje Ismaila Cisse ala diamo be talakan na boroda wotomani wo kibiro men nata wata be diamla ni noise abe diamla ni noise yala nga fale jane Ismaila Cisse abe deylali ma fa be deyla completely because the most difficult job in this Adama Barola cabinet is to be information minister and government spokesperson because Adama jenketale ko mum taiga mote Adama defend la no ye momo keje ite mari le ke fon batandi because Adama le fon jenketa mum taiga yes ngalo nenga nyefo Sidi Toure will get angry with me because Sidi Toure IGP Sidi Toure atenga wala Adama malala monte for godfather long or whatever Adama manga bitan damari Sidi Toure having issue with people alkana Adama criticize for Adama dum amanga Adama di ngote bang never understand Sidi Toure just because you are just IGP. How many people have been appointed IGP? Usman Sonko is now in Switzerland. Yeah, Soronge. He was IGP. He was even more powerful than you. Ndete who said in Tulo Jamvatale. Nga kuma jamale moy. Nga kuma jamale moy. Alka diamon jamake duma ma fonka be moy ka jamabale moy. Ni nga mol jaman sa kunale famo. Ikata kamfari into diaspora kol kama. Hanin diaspora kol la ko siata. Nyanti sensolale. Wala ni content bilul bibina iko sa intol diam la laftan toles intol le fekela kantol intol ni juka sise wolu intol menka diamu ilaftan tola puka ni nonsensical bilul samanan purka multa ka mul deindi he didn't want us to talk. Well, Adam Ngama, you will have to end up sending a lot of people to mile 2. And by the way, nani announcement okay jang Ibrahim Diba Samalala court case on the 2nd. Alta Banjul Magistrate Court, I left Funtije in your large numbers to show solidarity with Ibrahim Diba. Ibrahim Diba diam talenum drabe America. Just now that very day from Murukan Gambia. And he's very appreciative of what the support that we are doing. But Ibrahim Diba adankeneyatali. Molo me yalan ko hizu. Ibrahim Diba mo American citizen. As a lot of I see America te Murla Gambia, be mona no la. Like all the other Jukaya for like for Baroma along Molo Sita jane 10 years, the Manta Gambia on the Jambi and they survive. Ni Ibrahim Diba mo tapet oti. Control dul sifal ni mo dul. Ibrahim Diba man get tapet. Then Ibrahim Diba sa for okay, I'm an American citizen. But I can go anywhere in this world. Just travel no any country not haji but Gambia nga gay avoid. Ni lafta nga lunch Senegal ko sisla kamenke. Nga Senegal nga chebo jero do moji nga muro America. Ibrahim Diba dankena. Ibrahim Diba la court case musamaleti. We expect our people to be there. Na dibite olo lafta le haji. Na chairperson olo council olo altaji. Supporters olo altaji mavo moy luwati nga so support Ibrahim Diba. Samala la kitio bekala on the 2nd of July and we wish him all the best of luck. So, bari menani bil kundangol menkela a be momente mo jumala be nyim bil nonsense o be koma wala dawra jalloti dawra jallo wol buki mira ko ase me nyawnya ko meta koto barola man sekunda be bola nyim blando mama singate le dawra jallo why is mama singate men data TRRC jamela ni draconian fenko lurmo mama singate fanam beraba tannim fula atele ka ni loi kurmolta ke dundi mo la system ko ba mama singate fele Gambia be deyrinji anala londo be bi mama singate be mo nekala no Gambia ka loi fali dawra jallo no that's not learning because dolu Gambia no dol bi ji ñom tay rek la ñoo xelaat du ñoo xelaat demba du ñoo xelaat elek te nit ku du xelaat demba do xelaat elek yo amna lu manke ci yow ale mol bolay diamu adama baro fongo yalonte adama la diamu sometimes te ma volante adama te mala mo sifalam adama le lota janga ko to moy kam ñi kan tolu social media ngam def. Thank you so much, NIBCC. He needs to focus his energy and capacity building and after public office. IGP is not a permanent job. He seems to be born in bridges with loyal friends. Thank you. Nga kalamuta, nga be kalamuta. Yalo nibe nyim pala solto, ikan nyinale. Where is Abasanyan today? Abasanyan ku jamale ke baroy. Nyim 2020 election sunyarol ni nyim kapale yal, Abasanyan will be they participated in it. Abida foni. But adama sita labe. Lamin Queen Jamile, wolunga lamin Queen Jamajelen ala official kono nasoli koka nasole ke. But won naso ma stop adama baroya bondi ay Ismaila Sisa Samananji. Because Adama la interest wa bewole noma. Because he kaya neko Ismaila Sisa le nengo koita lamin Queen Jameti. Ismaila Sisa will do a better job in terms of spinning things. Ha se angele kamofo lamin Queen Jamedu maybe wala angele kamo sene ya baki. Alright? So you go ha ni boni je Dr. Ismaila Sisa Samana. Ismaila Sisa fan tenga stop le ka fa doctor. Bari Gambia Nimbango sometimes they can see a quiet moment kono janne. Gambia ko kante jahali baki. Sometimes Gambia ko fon analyze fon sometimes. Ibuka le bada tila dami ba kokulu la dami. Mo hadu mo be warali mbanko kan. Mo de greedy mo ko ndenga teki by force. Alenga careful nak. Nimbanko la ko kansela de. Sunyaro be banko kan. Molla properties mansip. Droko be farim banko kan tep nin kush for kush lambanga be mol fala be mol halakila. Bimbe Peter Gomez la programme la me kay kuma for very interesting. Ako nin National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Iko e mo kutole keji one something CC from America. Malon fa fota Gambia ba malon. But Peter Gomez ko kugli na jahale. Anu defana jahale. Ikanyin drug all men be muta. Mo bukale ka kenyame. Jalo singo be foranga. Because ndol nga kibarol men sur allegedly dol fon ni mol ka dilo kele. And all of these people are filthy rich. Yenyin gasama men bondi je anala deputy, deputy lale. Well, they are filthy rich. And look, ila jomu jelleti. Ila salary mu jelleti. So 1 + 1 is 2. If these people are filthy rich, so common sense dictate that eka nakasulu nonule. Because ila jolte odile. And it is very sad that people who were in these positions, saying they are in privileged positions, you got a ministeriality, you got a directorality, not sign. So Gambia saying, who are you going to trust? Gambia last hope. What about UDP? With no disrespect to these other political parties, Mafoko even good vision sort of, but they don't have the numbers. So UDP the difference of UDP and numbers totally. But UDP Fanang, I hope and pray that ni UDP Mansekunda nata. We will have the right personnel. Sometimes I'm worried. I hope and pray that we will have right personnel there. Because we cannot afford a replica of Menketa under Barola administration. Now UDP cannot afford to do that. Go for Janne. Because UDP yin Mansekunda nyini la Cabre 96. Telling Gambians that we will be the best, we will do good governance, we will do this, we will do this. We cannot be complicit of things that happen on the barrel. I hope we'll put right personnel in right places. I hope and pray. Now, people like Uncle Larry Sisi, people like Dr. Mani, nke example already, Mafui Damalo, Niwole Palaso Mento, Yaje Ko, Silo Menkatami and that will be resigned straight away. Straight away. And we can't afford to do that. Mbenji Gambia Marala Leko, Kiamari Yankuba Dabawe, Gambia Sambakan, Brigade West Coast Sambakanyami. Tilingon in Tonyaka. Come maybe keka na local government, the Gambia Marala Wanyam. But yen terial ning fenkol, ko barobe ni menke kanteng. Kisuma haripla. Whether they faneka si yon or not, ma farleko. Lolo boy problem Gambia. Hamga Gambia suñu problème dafa bari. Ñepp dañoo jóg nak di wax ni Adama Barrow nii Adama Barrow naa Adama Barrow naa waaye Gambia suñu problème mooy diw sangam suma xarit la weere dafa nekk si yoon or not man dama ko farle te si groupe si bari la nekk bantaba nag man suma ñëwee fii dama wax dégga Gambia suñu problème dafa bari de man se seet li man maay chairman UK chapter Tunko Marena suma xarit la Suma hariti ya Tunko is at a personal level. But when it comes to the job, hariti amo Tunko sa hamna lulu si man. Ñu nekk si suma executive ñoom xam nañ lulu si man. Nekko na daal I'm blowing my own trumpet. Man duma xool ne da nga nekk suma hariti. Suma hariti ak yow is outside the job. But when it comes to the job, dama jaar si Ali College. Te dama buga man tamit yow ma nekk sa harit suma def loo xam ne ànduloo si nga wax ma ne sa lii ànduma si even though suma xarit nga façon nit boobu laa dee gën a respect man waaye bëgguma wajaaga naa ko wax fii si wu seddale suma waaye la si wu seddale su nekkoon ti dëgga sax ma taaju ko lii moo tax Gambia demul si kanam man liggéey naa Gambia lay wax wallahi su fekkee ne man lu ma dee wax fii nekko si suma doxan lu ma dee doxal affaire yi keneen dina call wala mu dem si plateforme ne seen seexu séddale ak wax bu baram bi bu mu nekkoon government moom si boppam dafa jubadi woon dafa lii daf dee favoritisme wax yooyu am na suma collègues yoo xam ne dama fi Angleterre fii sax dama fi wax turam kooku liggéey na ak moom man mun ngaa nekk suma best xarit but when it comes to the job dama xool ne kii suma waaye lii mooy problème Gambia just like today NPP ñu bari su ñoom pour condamner Sidi Ndiaye ay benn ñoo ko di condamner xam nga lu tax ñu ne Sidi Ndiaye ak ñoom ñoo nekk NPP am na ku ma bàyyi audio dama fi wax turam mu ne ma seexu yéen tamit UDP nit ki mun naa gannaaw bi waaye su ñëwee UDP da ngeen ko dee defend ma ne ko waaw xam nga lu tax because UDP parti dëgg la te ko join UDP dañ xam ne sa doxaan bi si kaw dëgg la moo nekk waaye ma remit ma ne ko UDP is the only party man su ma xelaat even seen leaders yi def dara dañoo génn disagree loolu laa ko tontu Galante mo bokante la photo sorry because na remember jane bring UDP be la moketa malam fo basse babande malon jobade bradi amata na mulu bon content because of stigma membe around him atata TRRC le allegedly ay ku jamale keje ye microphone di ala center stage yal UDP di ngol tata ya condemn o samole party leader fundita ownership ta nga wo sifa keda UDP da male nga atel be barola molu jalale yeta ye baro condemn CRR South Fenda thank you Fenda nga UDP yeso ñew nga jël nga promise ne man ma bonon dimba waye legi jégal na mané ko islam sa lolu de am waye so baye yoon amuñ affaire ak yow suma xelaat UDP moy parti dega why UDP is not perfect and we will not be perfect. There is no perfect institution. C'est ça lu xew America bëgguma fa duga man America moom dama di jaaxal mbir xaral bu ma duga si mbiri America sax because America ñu ne seen président boo xam ne is convicted of criminal offense ñu ne am na right pour taxaw nekk président so America dina am président boo xam ne convict la déglu leen ma de loolu du xew Angleterre fii ñu suñu Angleterre fii loolu du su fi am te xam naa European countries su bari du fi am waaye America they are at a different level ñoom rek kenn loolu tax they will have somebody like Donald Trump alright koo xam ne ñu ne criminal la koor bi daf ko tëj nga ne kooku am na right pour mu nekk ba léegi mu ngi and this is the superpower this is the most democratic country they call it ñun Angleterre fii loolu du fi am media bi sax du ñoo la du allow sax because suñ suñ la discourse yow doo xelaati taxaw sax waaye advice la am nañ leen supportante ñu jàppante waaye si kaw dëgga every day we are learning all of us are learning te def dee baax nit nga learn te nga xam nit the problem our problems are multifaceted. We don't like to be criticized. We like to support each other on lies and deception. This is what the country is facing. I have worked in the system and I have interacted with a lot of people. These are some of our problems. And unless we change our attitudes, imagine an update sort of Sidi Touré a case men kachanu njang ala muso involved tamen kono ani Omar Baji wolu iko last week 4 week before le jojo e keso nyin kundu wol men dunta o scandalo kono ye bribe dalasi million fulala Sidi Touré me alon ko atalon bi IGPT tonya bribe deputy inspector general police inata le proka fonon duku baraman ko do nyinta ala ko tonya de kamolala. He was not part of that. But allegedly, Ikala Muso was part of it. Even though Alamuso stayed not used as a witness. But Ikoya Shorone, in fact, the information of Vunyangamal for 4 years, Malon for Jelu for 100,000, for 200,000, and 300,000, could all over 4 years in jail. Now Georgia already. So that case is now concluded. Judgment has been passed. So, information on that telephone, but 3-4 days ago, I remember. But that is an isolated case. There are so many cases in the country. Manana bol kitiol man kunu hanisani. Manana dolfon ima wolfon samba court hanisani. No, because of friendship. Yalla mention friendship folk and within context. Today, na report all my iko sidi nyaka jom jai I interfere le malum for land dispute mengeta pelele nyani mafon wolbe nyo sabakanje NPP la malum jumalum chairmano iko allegedly ay mule busa terangola lipa terango tay mule atakala iko allegedly sidi nyaka jom jai tata jeba sidi nyaka jom jai ngala safaro jo watch on Gambia kon dama intercept kakaram nga sidi jaka jom jala kunte ma waxuma si dara na sidi nyaka jom jala safiro jo watson Gambia la ka fan defend kan tema read I don't have time for all garbage. Sidi Njai is one of the most dangerous people in that country. Sidi Njai no more dangerous than what Banko kan because Sidi Njai ama malo soto ya hadama dingo je ni ma malo soto ne nyim fo isa fo sebu seli bu saga Sidi Njai man sago mako gis nga nit ki so amul jom dara dula dépasse kubuka tambila malo abetara hadama dingo tole mana nan ko Sidi Njai dafa ñaka jom because man sebu seli te ak wax bu bari yépp may wax fi man tay mané dama dem NPP mané dama defend Barrow lolu yëfi ñaka jom la man ne waxante dega man ñaata tink la wax Barrow dafa mel muntay ga de ko Barrow la jënkaram muntay ga di sonte hane dunia yele matala ko sinya woro la nte fonte ñanta la Barrow le am woro ni wala Barrow fi sarantati in all France ba siri ñaka jom jaay aman campagne ko Barrow adonta pleno la tata ko tara Guinée sidi ñaka jom joy man participer ñim brimol be ñim dépasso tale ba dajela amantan dugala war sain tabiro be diari sidi ñaka jom jay fon ka ika yeka menna alaji usenu dabo buka soto ongol Amadou Sané buka soto ba sidi ñaka jom jay amon participer so sidi ñaka jom jay bi atebe koku ko ndese wo sedle muka nala nonsense o jala men se fe watch on Gambia but NPP sidi ñaka jom jay be munela fasaro be NPP la ni sehu malo so nga Gambia attitude la tambi this is not peculiar to them ndese wo sedle momo UDP ngoti ye tonyen di roki nte fasala na fo janere na ko ida mako ye tonyen di roki nte fasala foni malo ngo ye tonyen di roki bari ni nte akoyta mal ko tonyen di roki ngafo ha kare ndeni kare be UDP la rek madgara banta ba nga difen bokku mashi ndati ji ni wala be gala lu saji mati because mo sa Gambia mo sareta ko mo ko mandi sulu saji mala sama fe ha kare mo yuru sulu saji mala ji Yankoba Manjang, yes, Barrow has to be blamed. Yes, I agree with you. But Sidi Njai fana malo soto. That's the bottom line. Because yalo hadabadi go nikata opportunity story. Ite kubuke dang. So Gambia ndol daji ko le do falena for you which is you. Gambia our problem is leaders all they play a big role. But don't form problem already. Just who said the ko Gambia attitude ma fo nga master's degree soro je bari nga bachelor's degree soro je wala nga ko dol jabo kan jaxal but we hope the UDP Mansakona will have right personnel. Moral integrity is very, very important. And the moment nyanna silala criticism. Thing that really annoy me about Ntol Gambia loko bukala fika criticize. Ngajim for bantabaja, ngajim for countless times. Kaprin seromba fokan. Altana akay solto. Every Gambian on ya criticize every gis bopam. But you know what? Being in Nata, you are the best. You are good. You are doing a fantastic job. Wow. My neck is a best harit nak. Man my kuba. Why best bumanyo manila yosali bahut. From Jamme to Yaya Jamme. Sorry, from Yaya Jamme to Barrow to us. I'll give example of Yaya Jamme. Yaya Jamme time bobu no in the struggle. If anybody comes out and make a speech, or you're on Facebook and write something positive about Barrow, sorry, about Yaya Jamme, the play legend Sambir, Kifan la neka, America la neka, nda Europe la nekka dina try mu jox encourage la pour nga ñëw wala tin Ahmed Jite scholarship soto di my friend in Canada Ahmed Jite dar kalila ile yalo hi anengo diata Ahmed Jite anengo diata ala ya so wala anengo diata okay Ahmed Jite dar Canada sorry kalila akumata jame musa Musa ko ba ñindi ne ko jumaade hanyimbe GRTS si sa si rek fat scholarship Ahmed Jite dar Canada Ahmed bi benefit amone la you know kabulo ko simola but imagine ni Ahmed Jite loto blada ko Adam ya jame what you are doing is wrong ya jame you are a dictator or whatever he will go to mile to straight away baro fana be wala nyama baro ni loto ya praise binde se who said with all this criticism I'm doing against baro fala musoka fu koku werut fado baro akoman weruma iko fado baro konte bankende ya ko levo moli ngamoy ni na kuma waka ay koku werut mona mo sente je ni fado baro na manke dunia dia di fado baro konte ma wer bitam fom fayla Atlantic Ocean mo rekono digo nde banke presidenti bari ndela appearance beta fado baro ti nde banke president manda state house fado baro before I ke president di ate lola non te ñaato in terms of appearance alaw netalol be jele sisla jela kala netalol seya so fado baro ko man weruma biko lalla biko dama wax jikaram diga suma no kon banta ba fi adama dal yaram la adama nit ku bax la adama is developing the country fado baro dina ma call before 2021 fado baro na je ko itata Facebook ye NPP support ak yela normal legenda ye call na biri ya expose Facebook oro wotumo la will be stop muna na menu be samala nan jam because take a program on civic education but these attitudes are not peculiar to only Fatuba Baro and Yai. It's a Gambian attitude, even institutional. If you criticize some people, they get angry. We have a long way to go. How can we develop? How can we prosper as a nation? Just mere criticism. I have worked in many Gambian institutions, even associations and communities. The same problem of Oneka. Any most like a best friend. I thought like a boy alka wuli. But no long ite kai containing dan idea manta. Asita kare kam bayindile. Nganyin kalumo muide. Adama Baro manat naka expression will use hasido. Adama a famous phrase and a famous word consistently akamuna use hasido batatale. Hasido mandaha. Aliana hasido has a negative connotation mandika count. Because Adamaka momoji ika criticize constructively, whether it's constructively or whatever. Adama kete jiko ite mon hasidolity. Atela palauso ika bindi wala. Ana Gambia, na dolu ke dey. Alka forum mol kono jibe. Nte I'm doing a constructive analysis. Ika forum mol kono some people don't want to say anything. Not that they don't have anything to say, but you know what? They don't want to be blamed. And it's a very route safety. Because you need more cross. Na forum mol kono na dulalto. These are the issues. And we want to develop that country. Are we having a laugh? We think that the leaders are the problem. Yes, they are the main problem. But they are not the only problem. I have said this here, even leading to 2021 election. We need to change our attitudes. But hell no. I know for some people the glass is always half full. Yes, and it's good. But then, attitude, when I was on freedom, nganye civic education okele, ndiamta cool bedna, Malta na civic education program or lamoy. Ngafo Gambia, we have attitudinal issues. We have issues. Niafo mal. Se usedili, mungama criticize subabengon. As long as it's related to work. When it's about my personality, no. You cross the red line. And I will also cross the red line if I criticize Esa Jawla's personality, or I delve into Esa Jawla's private life, or I go into Sisla Jadam's private life, then definitely mange tone. Ken work to duga si private life jambur. And as you a nit ki public official, mu def kafar, lo xamni is out in the news, bo fo ñu wax ko. If you're a public official, taxpayers' money, nga am scandal, lolu fo ñu discuss ko. Why ñu ni nen? What lu ta manga wara duga sa private life? Because Kuneka I'm a private life. Once you say I have a private life. And I don't want anybody to go and talk about my private life on social media. I don't think any of us here would want somebody to go and talk about our private lives. No, that is the no-go area. And that's not why we are here. Lolo is in your fee. Because Kuneka, then I'm Luneka say Ronnie Lal. You only entrusted people. That's why I got Suturo. But why I have a problem is when people criticize people on work-related matters, they go ballistic. Then should we stop criticizing Barrow? Should we stop criticizing Barrow? And this is why Barrow gets angry. Because Barrow too doesn't want us to criticize him. This is why UDP, he sees UDP as Hasidul. Now, actually, skill mobility, criticism, wala katina mulka improve. Mafoko, you just nitpick on issues, nitpicking on things, more for it. But the problem of it, think of Bantaba Journey, leading to 2026. I'm not going to be here, borrow this, borrow that. Alternate program to bring you because not a Gambia problem is not all about Adama Barrow. It is the main problem, yes. But also we have attitudinal issues. The selfishness like Talala. My opposition also to Gambia, they don't want to say anything. In fact, some of them, they go and praise Barrow. Yeah. Naman Gambia for all J Barrow praise. Naman but in opposition all J for come opposition all. Ni perfect opportunity so ha Barrow kata officer to le talanse. Mantara gara wala. Barrow kata officer to le talanse. What? Okay, you know, I don't even know the relevance of that. If you are very unproductive, who cares if you go to office at 5 a.m.? I don't. Because as far as I know, Barrow is very unproductive. Kofa Njai for Barrow doesn't even deserve us to pay him that $1,000 in Gamendiala. Much more $500,000. Because Barrow is completely unproductive. Barrow be moneke Bangkok. Ha ngara juloluta Fenke Attorney Holland Foundation the Karambungul Mello. He tried to take credit for that. The Karambung 10 classroom Mello. He eta Fenkoro ye ta mula taxpayers ya beben garwale. This is Barrow. But Barrow doesn't want to be criticized, Jere Sise. But average Gambian doesn't want to be criticized. Ndengo long Gambian ola kuru jamaba. It's in our homes. Yes, it's in our homes. Alinga that is school from kono. Ibadi wo fo ni na be dia mola amanta tonya ka itonya fa sa fanji. Some people might think I'm bringing this here today. I have discussed these topics many times, long time ago. How many times have I said here? Because Mugala criticism la. Gambia no ni lafta kala ala dalinti. Atata dawda rek la tachu. Every day da nga wax lu basi mom. Su deful wrong right sa nga ne ko nga rusa ko wax ne waxuloo Sehu Seydi bokkuma si. And that's why I don't even need many friends. Yes. I don't even need many friends. I want people who would genuinely appreciate what I'm doing, but I don't need many friends. I need few genuine ones than to have friends. But the Cody, e koma jawo fo la koto. Gambia mbiri Gambia dafa doy war. Nkatra kawando la jam. Sebe kawando la ko ne ka mën nga gis sa bop si te fekk wax bi jubuloo ko si yow. Ba baro ru rek problème bi Gambia. Ñun suñ bop problème la. Gambia suñ bëgg am démocratie bu macho. Dañoo ñemeñante di criticize one another on issues mooy dem. We elevate our conversation. Sometimes I'm really bemused. Even people who have traveled, people who are outside, you expect better. But every Gambian is every Gambian. Just look at the Facebook. That's where the education starts. Go to TikTok. They're going to just nyari harit, commence nega harit. They will be saying good things about each other. Why best rebe kenan wax lu negative rek TikTok bi dafa akaka ñaadi lay def dey touch sita ñu neng kuma dibe newol fo ñoye just because you can. Life is not every day. Well, and they say I don't want everybody to call here and just praise me. Sometimes I want somebody to call here and say, Sehu, I think you should do this better. Sehu, you should do this better. That's how I'm going to improve. Because sometimes maybe I'm saying things here that doesn't make sense, and maybe I'm making huge mistakes. Maybe I'm even hurting the party. But I don't want everybody to call here and say, maybe I'm doing something. Sometimes tell me, I think you need to improve on this. But niaje be in problem or kono selfishness. Wala na deputy wolu, they don't care. Na deputy wolu give as an example. Bring a criticize vehicle la for man kam fankama. Yes. But in deputy wolu how many times like you praise them? But the loom men any vehicle policy, any vehicle or samana. Don't criticize what's on. They went mad. Ha ni diaspora ko la ko siatale. Na ni diaspora ko to le fam muta muneti. Fe bu ko lef. La fe da fo moy answer soto jang al sem mako because ndama londo soto. Manana Gambian ko la fi criticism every Gambian. Or is it a human being thing? Because maybe they are being unfair to Gambians. Maybe generally, maybe it's not peculiar to us. But in Tengalon ko jang, Tenga from Gambian institution, Tenga doko ke ni other ethnic groups ole doko ke jang. Nka manya men yento la group oto mbuka jo group oto. I can say that for sure. Ni ethnic minority groups ole doko ke jang. But in tola groups ole Tenga manya le menjeji. And our reluctance or how we take criticisms. Because we think that this Barrow opposition today Barrow is behaving like this. The only thing what change is today he's in authority. I agree with you, Fender. But it's a problem, between ourselves. And sometimes what scares me, if we nimble tata with this attitude in government, they got to amnet. If you always clap for Sehu Seydi, did they Sehu Seydi get things wrong? Would you have the guts to say, Sehu, I disagree with you? No, you should. Because I'm going to make mistakes. I'm not going to get everything right. And no one is perfect. We will get mistakes. Na esa ABC se respect ko kelina na colleague. Maybe nsenyi fono ja. Na grupo dole soro. En salon secretary ji. I'll say this here. You know why I respect this gentleman? Because we have a policy in that group. Konkana political finkol sambo group auto. And he would know what group I'm talking about. Ndebe jele keba sabaliji. But wo group auto, hani forum lo men fon to yala ni wo mistake ko kede esa ka fa ne ko policy ye group la sarato tinyal aka bondi jele. And that day I respect this from I respect, but I respect it more. You know why? Because rules are rules. So ni NSIBC se lota ko he kare wolon tol bela nyinon tol la fen ko de nyine tam forum do mbari nga ate nga rulo ben. Anybody that tinya robe kala buko molbe mo jele ba flo well SIBC say one rule for one for another. And that day I respect him. And on media group of different be wala jamat molbe media group of ni mo because we have rules there. Certain things should not come there. Almol nyini. Hani be UDP la national executive mo position ni mistake there sama njenga ko mon nga fo ko nyimbondi jam. Because rule has to apply to everybody. The rule has to apply to everybody. But fonga ndaji ko fali, fonga tonya sabatindi, fonga bula ka nyo fasa fani yalu kan wobuka banko samba. Nyimbe na institutional kono la be fali nje tep. Ano nyene be NPP. Ise tara NPP modo ina itonya fo wala ne da malka du nyola. But ise mo gula asatra ka baro defend. Ha baro lon tol de la president odi, baro lon fengodi. Ngon tol UDP ne la leader sol ka disagree in a respectful manner. And this is what builds nyene ka tinna tonya ka sabati. And it's all kona biji. The personal interaction with Albiji. So we have a long way to go. Being in Bill Cole in Samananjang, but I'm trying to blend it with civic education. Yesterday, the people who were criticizing Barrow, they say who said it, yes, Nabaro support no Bakele. What am I for DSS all? But in the American, they not all apologize. You have to make an apology first because we went overboard with Monka Baro Fasa. Yes, in Belon. One Barola Halibiri and vehicle the anonymous vehicle the defend, and we shouldn't have defended it. But in the I will apologize. I made an error in judgment, and not only me. What am I being saying people go after us? Ye komani nyadi le fam. Mel tada protest wala jiku wala Westfield. For defa malo nya defa doy. Okay, ndenga position no maintain was still no position no maintain because it was too early. Mo falling. Because as a koname na 3 months. Alcohol kurang ninjo. Saying defa doy nyanda fundila saying ne. But saying defa doy te fundila because defa doy ko nyominen la UDP len. Nyon legi nen talk no bi ñu setan len. MPP ak UDP ñoo bokon ben party. This is the time that they should be coming out to protest. So nata janne pour que kawando ke biko kachal ka kawole nyama. Gamela ko somda ka maslaha ba kan maslam ngamare ka fole nyama ka sila ko dola ni nga daji ko dolje. But hopefully we will get things right. And we need to do things right. Institution where people keep praising one another, people keep clapping for one another, that institution is destined to fail. But likewise, institution where people constantly just criticize one another, that institution is there. So you have to find the balance. There's no magic about this. You cannot keep on criticizing, but you cannot keep saying, yeah. This is why things don't work in Africa. I have worked in the government. We have a lot of committees. Amanke Farm 40, but this Purani in Guy Powell, we were part of committees, mil data, institutional kajalge. We have different ministries and parastatals where they are set up committees. Data from a cabinet people safe in order establish. But yalo moneke of Gambia for even civil service. Ikaje itebe Ministry of Finance, dobe GRA, dobe Civil Aviation, dobe Ministry of Justice, atolong leka kacha. Nim meeting wall sita, ito leka nyo fasa. So ninte ite muntela waileti. Tenga idea di. Yalo kwenye idea mambete but because mo waila den ko support. Wala nag Africa fembu ko feel. Na tata meeting dula friendship. Wanyanta dana bundale tu. You should debate. Nkaje, I used to be secretaries to some of those commissions, some of those meetings. I used to take minutes. Nkaje le go, why? Gamtel la representative, because aning ports la representative mo harit leti, ika nyo back. Cool de tala, decision will be tala no nyadil, rational decisions be tala no nyadil. Ima gateway je, ko be tinata. Sidi kita. Aka allegedly kaka Mohamed Jala Fasa. Bukani Mohamed Jamu waileti. Sidi kita even before I born Bantala Bangkok, Nana Gambia, Akela Mohamed Jala, because it will nyar harit right. So gateway Nana Kola Sidi kita okay, let me support my friend. New friendship syndrome will Gambia tinya. And we have to cut the umbilical cord of this nonsensical friendship. It does my head in. It does. When it comes to institutions, we can't afford. This is prevalent in our country. It's so prevalent. How can we prosper? These other institutional jababa biji nyine biji. Gambi almol nyine nga. Ndeko mamfanu mantaraja. Baroy doctor rolls to the State House. Dr. Fuller. Domu Dr. Souleti. Do matolo by Dr. Fuller lom. Nimbaro kumaya demi. All facility State House abiji. You think why he care? Does he care about RVTH? Little Francis Multi-Gen Hospital? He has 24 hours electricity supply. They have a sort of a clinic. State House. Me along with medical facilities, everything. Ala Dr. Olawiji, wala kataraji. Nurse all and everything is there. Me kilaro dena, ma ko ñu investigate kanemo. But for Jamaican you sort of know, that's the question. But a lot of facilities are there for me. Ntolunga na banko bondi kolea kono. But nga bondi sikau dega. Sikau dega nak. Anu me worst hadamadi yato. Me worst the worst thing. Iba kafo kono. Ye kuje me ronta. Ima afoji. But it had do my idea. To me, that's the worst thing. Yala nyanda kukili ne jala. Ite diamda publicly. Ite diamda privately. Lunyo wasi private. Lunyo wasi kaw. Yala deganako. Man suma wax lu bon si nit degul ko. Yala deganako de. Te boroma na suma bop. Banda pala na Gambia tamanya akolayata. Nanyim fojane, ma fola kotenge. I have a very good friend. He's a very highly educated Gambian. He always tells me, Shehu, why are you into this? You have played your quota. Since you were at Freedom, you are talking. For me, I'm not going to be involved because I know our attitudes will not change. This person is my friend, and we have a debate about these issues. Because I cannot program all the but ate I banko kanulele, but ako among o energy la shoto. Because he does ataman change ko control attitude be fallen na. I can't from blame like I'm wasting my time. Yes. I can't find boy, you waste your time. Yo lunga wax ni duñ la dégga duñ la faale. Dama la de sometimes dama la de yerem. Because you're talking this time to what you are talking, that's how things should be. But Gambian is a Gambian, not everybody. Sometimes I really get bemused. But we cannot give up like Kebasa Badekamunef. Kebasa Bade cannot give up. I cannot give up. Farshin Sabale cannot give up. Because Mbatakumbe are in Gambia. And we love the country. I'm not saying those who are not speaking don't love the country, but we love the country. So on the closing, advertisement for Mr. Jiba. Francis Jiba has a plot of land in Mandinaring. Abeme Wafi 1060 by 30. Mandinaring is a good location. So ni momo lafita contact him. Francis Jiba, Batingala, Malam permission, me permission tala. Me permission tala bolo for nyantala number siala jan follow. I will get him. But I think that should be a problem. +44 7445 281 355. Nimomo after Colorado plot of land. He's selling it at 575,000 in Mandinaring, 60 by 30. Francis Jiba, UK Janna, Koni Momo after in Asa Kacha. It's a good location. Nimomo after Bintu Sahoko, UDP should come out and condemn the judicial bill. Okay, I agree with you. But I'm sure UDP will make a statement. I'm sure UDP will speak up. Okay, Mr. Bintu Saho, I did speak about that. About that. Lamin Toure, one day I want you to call into the program. It's a Lamin Toure Menkatara YouTube. You want to hear your voice. Okay, so yes, we cannot give up. But Simon Amnekala, Uncle Larry, would you play? I make a coffee time be. Aning adi amtani angale kangola so ngame rambitala le for ala time of start learning I analysis menke on this thing then ngola mo then my uncle Larry Sisala
in the press. And it's now left with analysts and critics to make of it what they want. On Friday, you heard Pastor Samba's disappointment with the Barrow for failing to address the drug menace plaguing the country for years now and getting worse all the time. There's more to come throughout the week from different quarters. In fact, we can have the perspective this morning of the United Democratic Party, the UDP, because joining me now is Mr. Larry Sise.
Okay, sorry. Molek call from
Sise, the first man we welcomed into this studio, I'm now speaking to you from. Welcome back, Larry. And Idul Adha Mubarak. Can you still say that weeks after the festival?
No, it's over. But you can still say Eid Mubarak.
Did you have a good one?
Yes, I had a very hot, good one in Kudang. The temperatures were...
It's a nice place, I hear, Kudang.
Well, yes. Why do you think I spent so much time there?
You're a wise man. Is there land still available in Kudang?
Yes, there is land.
Because land is a big problem here.
There is land. We refuse to just let go.
Well, I'm thinking of moving in.
Well, you will have to be a villager first before you can get a piece of our land.
That's easy. My parents were villagers before they moved into, the capital. Yes. Listen, welcome back.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Sorry we had to run the adverts. Unfortunately, we did not have a share of the 40 million, which your party leader has so vociferously condemned.
Yes.
And now we hear at least somebody has started paying the price for the abominable act. But we're here to talk about the State of the Nation address.
Yeah. Well, I think you're lucky not to have a piece of that 40 million, because your credibility would have gone out the window.
Oh! It was a blessing in disguise then.
Yes, it was.
Yes, SONA.
Yes, SONA.
Yes, how did you enjoy the president going on and on and on last Thursday? It was a long speech this time, wasn't it?
It was very long. I think it had 36 pages. That's a lot of mileage to cover.
Yeah. But credit to the president, he survived it.
Well, yes.
The Adam Barrow that just came into office in 2017 would not have survived that.
I think if he was standing and delivering, he would not have survived it. I'm sorry to say, Barrow couldn't call him. But it is long, and it is comprehensive. But if you go back to his paragraph 3, where he says, I'm going to move away from a sector delivery of the State of the Nation address to something else, and you start reading the address, and you realize that it's the same sector review of his government's performance. Yeah. And let me acknowledge that the work that goes into preparing this statement and the finance minister's budget speech is grueling. I participated in that during my days in the civil service, and we have to congratulate the technicians that have put it together. But I think we need to shift gear to a new format. This is what we think. Since independence, this is the format we've been using. And the old cliche, you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. There is no different result here. So what we think the president should do, and any future president, is to let the finance minister do his budget statement with all this
sector by sector
analysis in it. And then the SONA is devoted to a vision. Where do you think the country is? Where do you think it will be next year and the year after? We think there is a need to shift to that kind of SONA, because other countries are doing it that way. That way the president can be relieved of not being tasked to read something that is 36 pages long. And it takes half of his day, or literally all of his day.
Some of it sometimes openly misleading.
Yes.
Like the issue on this $40 million thing. Yeah. I mean, he actually endorsed it on Thursday, and on Friday he sacked the permanent secretary.
Aside from being a report card, we think this new approach that we are suggesting should be backed by the president insisting on the line ministries and their line ministers and permanent secretaries to do these sector reviews, put them on their websites for people to access. That gives people the transparency, the information that they need sector by sector. And as we said, some of the things that are said in the SONA are not really representative of what is actually happening on the ground. The 5% growth rate, the 90% of Gambians having access to water. When I heard that, I regret.
Madubang, yalong dega bring tenga indula moy. For dega baro ya fele ko 90% of Gambians have access to water. Ara jamme be kontonna. Ara maybe it is a small market because baro mi la president molati. Ya ite banke UDP nkati. So iko baro onkolari bala reaction ole di ka UDP la reaction to this SONA. I think coffee time. Adama Barrow e kaito men karanaso assembly ko kaito pejo tansabani woro. All right. This is a marathon speech. Okay. So Barrow yene kara. But Peter Gomez wa men foka ko sometimes openly misleading. Like Barrow la nying speech auto. Diko Barrow ka safai de kamen safai atiko le kara. Barrow fo buka understand kamen fon kara. Okay. On a more serious note. Barrow go speech men fon niya sindika ya translating manika kamola ta ko laino. Yes, this is not an allegation, this is a fact. Barogo kaido men karang niya sindi tablo ka iko baroy ko ika ji men karante nga faran a kanda sor ni fula kamala wara sara fula kamadi kamo isita base na ama fon so ateka karanga kum fele doron amala ka men fon karang yalo ntol we are in a serious predicament ibe ku karangan ima understand akam dal ko molka alquran o tanka nyamen ye era ya alquran o master ka sururu kara mari ni ko ni suro ni alquran ayolu ika men kara la mini lo jama babi je ma mini lo maybe ara jame wol be control kon yes maybe ni ko sisla ya translate sisla sa translate no ba ni ko ara ko ni suro alquran sorolu translate nye isra base na ma translate so adama waro fana is in the same category akanyi speech menga ni 36 page government ni adama sindi kay ko ye nyin kay to men karang akanna sore mole mani ka kawta ya fon tol gambien wala senegal dimon karam balolu ikamen karang attaque la no adama attaque la no honestly all right so this is SONA ako adama baro ko nyin Peter Gomez ko mi yati fo mo jahal adama la diamo kono ñu 40 million me yadi ñu journalist kuntangol la ñu meyan nge mangi journalisti adama yo defend ala speech tole bara ko samu the same adama baro le tataye yankoba sedi bay yo yankoba sedi ya bayde ya dimut but yankoba sedi is the main architect of this nonsensical 40 million me yadi ñu journalist wol ani lamin ko jamme ko ñomi ka fuuri ngo lamin ko jamme e to le ñu 40 million ota itata di ñi journalist kuntangol na banko na fulo so adama yo ñing speech aya defend so Peter Gomez ko me ate jahali this is misleading Barrow defended this the same Barrow the next day demoted Yankuba but this is Barrow doesn't even understand what he's reading so more men may understand what speech kono niko Barrow ko economic growth deficit budget deficit and all this ikay ko akana soro mala Barrow malo mono deficit so ntol Gambian to dañu problem mo kono yalo president is not a joke president is not child's play bantol le Gambia president ku feandi ntolom bi ko nimbe carte wol fayla ika mole ki je me a londo soto ay hamo soto ay banko kano fanan soto londo da manke condition wote because it's a londo soto te banko kano soto baroma banko kano soto yes ndela jeroto bi ko nim baro e banko kano aftinare ka kala salary flow increase Dream Barora la State House. Baro e men for recommend ko yade la salary increase. Yala feeding increase. Wotu mo la ga Amadou Sane wo bulo kuntuta janne because Amadou Sane bu kalafika ka depasso bondi ko bulo kuntuta janne wala wo bulo jatale. Because kodo me ala ngate bu ka doku. Ka mo la mon sekunda ko puso pasar. Luis Baro. So yo Shiva Sindi President William Ruto Kenya abe tilimbali ale ke kambar mo karantale wo yalo na meme keri because he is educated and when go education gambe mol kamere degree so you see this is the problem you don't even have to get a degree to get educated there are a lot of people who are educated they don't have degrees but Adama is not educated Adama ma educated Adama ka men fon kara wo sona do amakalam alta Adama samba face to face meeting with no paper, with none of his technocrats, ya inquest ke ya interview ni SONA. Asa be busula be kungo yelemanda ta lona kunga kamen fonfo. So Gambian told you situation kono. Wala nante I don't waste my time to listen to Adamola SONA because to me it's complete waste of time. Yes. Nila frala diamo respond for la but the hansa wala na uncle Larry si sala diamo nte be wala la because at least I can make sense out of that. But ye kairo sa baroye na la ñu ñetti Abdul Dum ay ta si National Assembly ay aka même fon va malong yes amanke kon ka doyale de he doesn't even understand what he read. This is the situation we are in. This is the sad situation to labanko be men kono ni di am de ko ha ñu mo opposition already na na liya fo mo opposition already but ka to ñane fo because Peter Gomez kan ñu men fo how can you validate the disbursement of this 40 million in your speech, and the next day your permanent secretary downgrade. Dola jaran ko yang ko basedi. Ya bone permanent secretary ya sa ya sama director of prison. Ya muru ni ya la be prison service la ya ko. Baro kay ko ite nyindula lo nga samba ji. Atata modo kan anot. Alga continue kan la analysis.
I actually jumped because I know the water situation in the country, and it's all over the country. It's not just in the rural and urban areas.
We are going through, another nightmare in London corner.
Yeah.
With regard to water.
Yeah. So we think the SONA, if the new format is considered. And I can tell you, if a UDP government comes, that's the format we are going to take. We're not going to waste our president's time.
You're saying if. You move from when to if?
No, I'm saying when.
Oh, okay. I heard if.
Yes, you heard if. It's a slip of the tongue, but the intention is to say when we come in 2027, you're going to see a shift in this kind of direction. But we think the SONA should focus on real-time challenges Gambians are facing. And one of those challenges, we talk about inflation and the price of goods, but the challenge is the general cost of living in the country, from housing, healthcare, water, electricity, medicines. These are all issues that Gambians are seized with, and the president's SONA does not address those things. Now, when you talk about the sectors, it's abstract. The average person on the street cannot relate to that. When you say your economy is growing at 5% per annum, it's abstract. I cannot, or you cannot, or somebody else on the street cannot relate that 5% GDP growth rate to what is in his or her pocketbook. But more importantly, when he goes to the marketplace, the things that pocketbook is able to afford. So these people cannot relate to these things.
Yeah, I was just observing in the previous program that water has gone from $140 per pack,
yes,
to $175.
175, yes, minimum, and it's because of taxation. It's the taxes. So we need to address the general cost of living.
Okay, Mario, Uncle Larry kamen fojang. Alam abaro tata la jin talabu dia moment na. Ako Gambia kemo kono si la tam kono to be man ji problem. No, yalo Gambia for Villa wallahi that. Sometimes Gambia for lan tewalo. I don't know where we got things wrong. Honestly. Sometimes I cannot imagine that Barrow is Gambia president. Honestly, manjutwala. But seriously, we need to recalibrate, man, this country. How can anybody go to national Hani Barrow? You see, this is the variant with Yaya Jammeh. Yaya Jammeh. Anala kumbe. Ningala ni technocrats or ni nonsense or do safe Barrow. Yaya Jammeh ka penotala a scratch. Because Yaya Jammeh a fahamtare. But Barrow doesn't even. Yeah, Barrow is one of those lazy types. I tell a Siri officer kono. Barrow officer kono computer video any by the way. Ya don't tell man that Barrow office. Okay? Namala psychology. Ala gini nga for computer tala office. Computer be lori nje Barrow formal o computer ka use nyani. For this I currently there was a time computer be like a Mabel. Come Mabel. Computer on in desk bar. Computer dora can decorate the drone. Okay? So computer will arrange. So do you know the problem one? So because they get like honey technocrats will kai 90% of Gambia ma water problem also. Barome alonga kati mu loyalty at a phone like from defend. So 1 + 1 is 2, it's not 3. Baronya davala bari no mistake jam. Nimbango 90% the water access to the water supply. Honestly, common sense. Yalon kudo bi common sense lati. But it is if you offense affair and technocrats calabante olu, because some of this 419 already in technocrats or you wolu can have Barola impress. Imalamin Quinja Meje, atara 40 million old validate atile was suffer ake Barola spito or samo yate dagasi. because what speed member Ministry of Information permanent secretary la safi anala molo kataka when you 40 million or justify so baro afutata tema nyame akakara wala nyama. You see Gambia we have a serious problem but more be the baro support la because you cannot how can any rational human being more na kweko 90% of Gambia be G sina sotole hani grade 6 student of Gambia ni ofu ibafalo ko lidu deka baro tata o kara speed to imagine more ba jeleka imagine more ba jeleka ya jamena la kummen yeni sifal karang akana la kavo no man sense make. Let me give an example. Benin Gambia was doing the Gambia to ratify the World Trade Organization protocols. Dominic Lona minister. WTO cabinet paper ratification massive. Well, cabinet paper for the state how ya jami abula because scratch kubulu scratch before kala jami musa because at the final jack of all trade from alone. Okay, at least he is making effort. He made effort rather to read and to be able to understand. Ya jabe mango mo si fari from yes. Approve as requested. But this guy doesn't know. He is lazy. He doesn't because you had a moment because you are a leader, you are going to deliver a speech. You might have you can take 90% of Gambia has access to clean drinking water. You can publish it about hey, Nimboni ni kaitoba. Nita kungo kaput and kungo man kaput. But that's baro. So BJ iko drug ko iko post code pass ama jawlo ako this drug menace ko ni drug problem mo banko kambaro mo fala speech kono. But the same media amukam kibaro fela nata because people are listening. Modole text Kenya bis current new Director General National Drug Law Enforcement. I'm not texting karana momentarily ngadi by manisafe because it's just flashed through my phone. So economic reality barona tako Gambia is barada maboko for hani si keta kawala fo ajaranko ako Gambia is experience 5%. Go Gambia on be yamal kilne folali. More yalonko you have better things to do. Nale amanyi mansa kunta mba fokam 5%. Alkani danko, alkani respond. It's all mumbo jumbo. It's bonkers. It's all lies. Dolangal teje kam like pocky pies. All of Feni kese. All of them lola dewa. Dolaka fa jam pocky pies. Lies. 5% economic growth amul Gambia. Alkana mol fe bulen chahanak niti. Banko me alonko comme onko lare quand même fo mol boka any economic growth fee la posol kono. Every time they come and tell us Gambia is having 5% economic growth. When has Sidiketa not told us the Gambia economy is growing at 5%? Alta budget speech all day. Every year Gambia is doing 5%. How did developed countries don't grow at that rate? Not like UK, the economy doesn't grow at 5%. In Germany, the economy will grow at 5%. But the Gambia finance minister can use some borrow kaito bala. No, honestly, Gambia has a problem. Alinga dua ngabonyi kole ya kono. Benyi banko fo sonala ko kambala valley. Because the president soto. We have an occupier of the office. President Yaman can you worry about Dumoti? I need to faham lale. You should know your environment. You should know what to say. But if you don't do due diligence. Ito ya sabi na rin. Ito ka karawala niya. Let me just explain people. Baroga ni speed men kara department or department na kila contribution okay. Finance, ila sector ba safela information ya safe judiciary education ya ta safe so nafra da sector general ma sector general ka be combine pour yalla di manasi ta bloka manasi ala jagnak manon nga bu banda wa ngana si ni ko la ani mala bi jele le jele wala nante dinga me ko baroka na sonal la I have better things to do. Why would I waste my time ka barola sonal la mai? Because ni sadawla kairaba jawara nteka wala wotu mon dindi mbe dindi yare ni ko sadawla kairaba jawara kata parliament address wotu mo radio gambia be keri yalla wotu mo facebook man tra keri technology to be dindi yare wato mena ngata am fana na radio fera indi dole be mbraji wotu mo dindi ma nga make sure nga bati ko ko fu bati ko wetara ko because nga excitedly budget speech sadawra is addressing because alangale kan fon diata sadawra la angale kan diata be para lona ka même fon fo okay so mva jem fana na radio fera indi mo ni sita ngata ngo mala be lawela sadawra la angale kan wala bor baro why would I listen to baro Fatsen Saval is calling Mariga call speaker Gambia no nga problem na zero wallahi Gambia dia mo buka ba Fatsen Saval bismillah
Sedi leader pa kan jelo la jar.
Fatsen Dolga problem boleh sana.
No, dolga problem ba kadango. Monki ni na dia mo la mon ka fanyo e muna fo ko ka la boyno. Doka ja. Wallahi ko mi be marali mo million jelo la mol ka do ko buka la boyno. Mol ka do nyin ka.
Fatsen
Fo kan do buka la boyno.
atena dala ako Gambia sidula kemo tankono do be man ji problem so to yo safate kayto bala
Yana ko afan kurang fama saye Gambia be ndila ko akata fama jagal tale sa teri mo dol bije wol korda dan tan be wol to doro wol be mu kurang wol le to la nyomi wol nyante fama jelal silam ko e fama bo barola ko ko
oh Allahu akbar
to la nyomi ji ko min be damin tani kurang ko wol ko wol ba tun dol bije le sa teli bije le to la sa teli be wol ko wol ni lampo je woto alon ko sola le wol karo famole soto ka foko nga soto la kata kana wonne ma soto le fere ni baroka lobi kay tan ko nga Gambia be ndi kurango la nga Gambia be ndi giyo la le o kay to nyante famo jelale
wo mo toñale de wo mo toñale
de nyante famo jelale sai ko sai dili Gambia le kole atan kon to do bi yen ka afale mun silam be mun famo fono la pour mo le faham min tanga moli je bi koy ka bori barole no me ba fole fango wi baro for life baro for thing muna nyindu jo hada nyole mbam fo kala mutabali yale mbam ha moy ta ka timo do ke amire ka mol hada nyi ntanga amira kala mutabali yale iman kala mutale se ko se dilinga auditor report la moy kunu ayen sasale sedili dala atale nono Gambia tinyatale ya ni ko moli Gambia tinyatale moli buka son bar Gambia tinyatale Gambia moli be baluka nyosu bole la illahi barona nyimman sakunda kono momo be maralola nyimman sakunda kono e fata kono ni ki sato to ala le dema momo be maralola nyimman sakunda kono e fata kono tilimbali ya mimbe nyimman sakunda kono corruption o bimbe man nyimman sakunda kono bala fanta ya mimbe nyilila no se ko sedi ni ngammi fa bakar tombo njata min ko Gambia fa bakar tombo njata e ma nyami ke biri Gambia di wole yaya jamme wulindi fa bakar ye fero min kay plano min kay ko min be ka pour barota sila o banko kan ni fa bakar la jofo ko do min ka du fa bakar
wallahi ademi na wata
fa wala ka bule kon
ademi na la wata
e fam fa wala ka bule kono miliyalon ko e tora ke ngaybe te batata ni wol dol hayna bi ka jambandi bo to sa wolli adan su wuli kilin dal se keme e ko dal se talulu da male bondije bar fa bakar wala jo waka ka fule si du njaay wala jo wala ka fule
Ili ko mun Gambia le be banna barbaro ta sila o Gambia banko kan. Nte malo fo Gambia Senegal fanan. Fo ibuka imanyin ibuka nyimoy ban.
A jahlo warta.
Antu nyindi pite lem iman taran tole nyindi pite bungoto.
He nyindi mi do wala ko mabo ko fo faten.
Iman taran tole nyindi pite bungoto bari balon na be dunia Allah ba wala ko sedili e motan te moti bi.
Yeah.
Andi kami mira ni karanta bi mo man karam moti bi ko mi hani mo man se class room kono aka karan nan kaya lo ne dunia katanya mi.
Tonya.
Ada mali ko hani man se class room kono bari la nyaata tawo be dami. Yo lon.
Tonya.
Ani la soma alifa alfanna da habe na min kaynya tawolon nal.
Tonya.
Ye wol sindiya si samante ya di le ko be dila. Ye la balwo sone andi la seto pato sone andi atol kalo mano kan biri se la fotilo be palbe moto batola wonni tinti gala fotinte gala sele fanya wonni wo be far la karo be la sedili wolle atina atol yo kunu ani sareto talibul kunu ani sareto talibul ye mori alla ko be sone andi ale bi atol wolbe kumbola suto nintilo e kam akamunta dipite fawte bankoka fanyin dipitel fawte man sakunda faw sambala kiti la bang nyim man sakunda mi ya lon koy man tara ten nyim banko kan foka moli tora foka moli tora ni fa bakar se ku seni li ka ika alawan solo ndi dipitel ya kon ila renting koy be bu wa sole la wa tare be fansun kornal le kono ika o kodo li mute ka mut amunela ite amira mo sawodo mo yefa alam yendu ndi annaba kon
wallahi
woni di jobi kurante bakal boro fawsa to lopitano be de tinyaring iko boro kana banko kanana ka ya be ko ya farmasintiel mo be ka farmasintiel ti hani min man si classroom ko na be boro wa ko la farmasingo dia Gambia mo fanante jela silamba mo ta kunin silamba mo te jela silamba ko hanna danta bi se ku sedili ngajane ko bi sono je jana ya jamme fam kam fata e mil samba ka soto ko tinyaro minke bi baroka wala ka advice ati ite amira kaira le kala o banko ka an samira ko kaira le kala o banko ka ngamili jabaro e sindi mail tu ko tinyaro minke banko ka jana ko bi sono fam wala tinyaro ko baro fam kai wal balle ke do ko kala o banko ka bi na ta la pati ko na kai wala kala special advice ati kaira se ko banko ka wal se ya marken de di baro wala ba wal se senala nyaati tan o banko kam ba
abukola lal
no sedili abala fa wartale batunye bula baraka
abaraka fa sen sabala baraka la contribution of the back bari ngol be la ka yit banda bala pa Malik Kamara ko Seku. Sometimes it's difficult for me to believe that Barrow is a Gambian. Well, Barrow is a Gambian olom anala kumbe Gambian olom bari banku kano tela jero tala banku kano le dasata so mbe SONA la mala kibaro men nata sign. It's not from me, and I'm going to say reportedly. I'm going to say this is an allegation, but I'm going to say it. This gentleman may appoint Drug Law Enforcement Agency member of the United States, Mr. Cisse Marlon, B. Marlon Sama, and I don't want to be judgmental on him. He's just been newly appointed. It's too early for us to do any inquest on him, on his performance. I have to say that. So it will be too early for me to make my prediction on how he's going to perform on his job. But this is just news that has just come true, saying that he is a very close friend of Ali Unjai, the current Secretary of Cabinet. So I don't know whether that has bearing on his appointment or not. That's not coming from me. But this is what the person who texted is insinuating. Friendship caller. I could just like the man who is appointed from the United States as a drug law enforcement agency is a close friend of Ali Unjai, current Secretary of Cabinet. So this is not coming from Sehu Sejul, it's coming from somebody who is working in the system in the Gambia. And I really don't call a system of texting because they do communicate with me. The new Director General of National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the gentleman from the United States who's appointed, is a very close friend of Ali Unjai, Secretary of Cabinet. So I don't want to be judgmental. I don't want to say that's the reason why he got the job. And I'm not going to start scrutinizing him yet because we have to give him time to see whether he would deliver, because that's a fair way of doing things. Somebody cannot be appointed today and you start jumping on the person. That's unfair. Let's give him time. Let's give him time for he will bring change. Even if he's friend of Alunjai, if he delivers, then we will praise him. If he performs on the job well, we're here. I'm not here to be judgmental on anybody. That's not why I sit on Bantaba. I want to be fair to everybody. He has a gun. He's a Gambian. He has a right to be appointed, and there's no problem with that. And he has taken up the job. Let's see whether he will deliver. If he delivers, then we'll praise him. But if he doesn't, then Gasama, I'll criticize Nyama, criticize Nyama, because Gasama has failed woefully in his tenure as director of National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. And some of these folks are filthy rich. Allah knows where they got their monies. So we will give Mr. Cisse time for him to settle in and see whether he's going to change the course of direction of the Gambia National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, because things actually completely symbolic at that institution, and things and a quick turnaround, Kelale. And hopefully Mr. Cisse will tell us where the 3.8 metric tons of cocaine went. So that's the first assignment, Mr. Cisse, since he got a diaspora journey. You told diaspora about this 3.8 metric ton. Iko Banta Keta Yememota. So if you can do press conferences and give us light, if you study the files and tell us, I think that will be a good start for you, Mr. Cisse from the United States, the new boss of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. We want you to help our people, because the funding call the fact and drug there's no discipline. Gambia is now a narcotic state, transit point. Amame drug at Belgium airport. And now Gambians traveling to Belgium airport are thoroughly scrutinized because they don't trust our country in terms of security. So you are from the US, probably you have got security background, probably you know your stuff. Try to live up to expectation. When you live up to expectation, people like me will give a pat on the back. All right, but it's going to be too early for me to start scrutinizing you. So this news that's coming through is coming from somebody in the system who has said that ining alunjai mutiribality wala ni atela miro to wala ni nyindo kudila. But that's not coming from me. I just want to make that disclaimer. So nga continue nga lamoy oncolarisis la SONA analysis. Mbe jele kan modol kamanan kanan jele. Sometimes wonga jele. You know, I can't put my head around it. Adama Barola na president. Okay. Ninga nyefo do la ha president ala le ka mulu tombong ala le ka fenke ala le Adama Baro. Yalo Gambia kuning kuwa mole jom ni ala kutu. Gambia no inabe diam kilim fula reka se sabak alaya. Ala le kida ala kela dem. But that doesn't stop me, because I can't put my head around Donald Trump potentially can become the president of America again. I can't put my head around it. Ninga mira for what the heck is going on in the United States, because Donald Trump te kelantola jam prime minister. C'est pas possible. Mpanangana na sifa so Boris, but Boris wa mbisa Donald Trump. All right. So, but America is wrong. It's a fanabela fans wall lekono. It's a fanabela anzo wall lekono, because Donald Trump benye manya men nothing. People can understand Donald Trump from. But this is the thing. Malam from for the dunia la bon to can move sifalje. Ponte I can't put my head around Adama Barrow to la president. So na inka sile phone no. No, malam for we are under punishment for divine. We need divine intervention. I don't know. But I'm not Uncle Larry Sisela. We like TV program. And another Euro game right now is still in Portugal and Slovenia. Last time I checked, Mamela goal scored a follow. I think that's the update. Dol Angela will nak. Switzerland ga Swiss all mo lebe kibir la nak ikebe win nale. Bi ngambe dole la mo ka Switzerland be Angleterre win. Well, Swiss ala team better atale, but this is football. You know, Alcana football, anything can happen.
You're listening to 92.
Conditions of Gambians. You know, you maybe you heard Mama Kande talk about what is happening in the legislature. In his audio, you could hear him say Gambians are hungry.
True.
They go to bed hungry. They wake up hungry. Now, The usual detractors are going to say that is not true. But
Yeah.
the reality is some people go to bed hungry. And a large swath of our population cannot afford 3 square meals a day. So we need to address
Mama,
those
can they
things.
make that point?
Yes.
The 3 square meals per day
Yeah.
point.
We need to focus the economy to take care of those things. And when that happens, during Jawara's time, he used to say, if you give Gambians their 3 meals, their water, their electricity, they don't care who comes into their government because that is what their needs are. And that is why he focused on those items rather than on the infrastructure. Now, the second thing that we think he should have talked about is the general unemployment in the country, especially youth unemployment. And I heard you say somebody commented about disappointing.
Pasamba Jaw.
Yes, Pasamba
The drug
commented
menace.
that the drug menace. Now, if you live in the Manjai, Kotu, Kololi, Senegambia, Bijilo, Kersering, Axis, you know our youths are being decimated. Sometimes I sit and I say, I don't think we have a future with this many young people being strong on drugs, and the government is not declaring a drug state of emergency. Beats me. And then these guys, the PIU guys, the drug and law enforcement guys, they are trying to mitigate this menace. But what you see is very cosmetic. They don't have the resources to deal with these things, I don't think. They can come and mount a checkpoint at Kololi Tavern at that junction. For the time that checkpoint is there, things quiet down. The minute they leave, it's
But they quiet down only as far as those who are coming up to that.
Okay, Kadimu Rasulu is calling from Germany, Dole en call ako Fat Njai nyanda ke regular contributor to Bantaba. But the problem with Fat Njai kana like jam humbal ni after I disappear. So mala sifto, mala patanolo. But Kadimu Rasulu ibenyali. Kadimu Rasulu network ko buka pete, people understand. Kadimu Rasulu with Germany, ala network ko buka patea. Germany has a very good internet system, Kadim Rasul katara Germany ala internet ko kabeda. Malam fate be tinin fakatara silol le kambang, fakatara nyim pandi chip network ko leta.
Idalla network ko be ya bandara ki
But the more you call ya then diamo dan ni diamo dan.
Kai Portugal balantala de Slovenia ban som Portugal ye bude 83 minutes.
83 minutes, but Slovenia la team obete adalde ka play la de.
Kai sa 84.
Maybe be that extra time la.
Dala fala Portugal we se ku yalo nyam banko bimbe je seku. Yalo ndaka kuma kilimfoni ke hakan ko banko. Wutu kati palas ak wutu xate xaalis.
Oh, ñoo ko fees da.
Waaw gaay gis ñu réew bi. Gaay seen post rek lañ gis.
Loolu mo am sax.
Waaw talu ñu askan bi seen bopp rek lañ tal nak. Yung président le ministre o député o la bela tout.
Yeah.
Opposition o la bela tout parce que ni yaji na député o fon ka jomin. It's too much. Banko mi alon ko muka fensot. Wala na last at Sanji Danton Commando. Ko pa modi ko. Gambia kodo be jele ka tuba karanol ka gambe don le neni. Ita ko kodita banko min kan sai ka il wato wati bela jol la fa. Dipito be gambe bi $600,000 ka wala so ka karoko.
600,000.
Among the salary that much.
Ni ala allowance le ka fu nyama. Ya mere so soto academy, te o soto la.
Dolbeje among ke beji dolbeje.
Because baro fong la allowance on la fe ya ka fa ka 500,000 so. They cannot earn more than him. Ila jode si ala president.
Yen karo ke kendek. Fabaka tombo jata vya kame fabaka tombo jata kame so de nkaro kende malo ne mfani alam de boni de apply ko yem insake fani.
No afai ko nte se husedle ko make ko ma fama ala information no check because ite kodo so to la meme tambe la president wala mo boka joso do men tambe la civil service mo tije mena jobe tambe la president wala.
Yo sai president ka because ati galle distolo bondina.
Yamara mafo sango kono dole ba foka ko maybe ako yearly 600,000 a year.
Okay, maybe okay, mistake kola in the year. Maybe abediamuka in the year.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm apologize for people listening.
No problem.
Mistake in the year. I can mention in the year. Ala bonus on ala front pay. Alo.
No, I can mention the year. I was here to what? Last year 600,000 tila.
No, mantra deputy odo lamba Fabakar onla. So sitting Gambia for sitting Gambia. Yellow model ben Gambia. I'm the soon as can be soon society. I'm going to do a jamule. Manduma de Bugasa pro wasn't after or comment pour jolly I buzz. Jam, no Paris dekabi. So leave more Wolam Tonyat. But it was jam for a young rending. Même forme président neighbor jam for in the ita bondi knowledge parce que atele na carte of atele
ede carte of wine
no kam ka fo kan no diamo kan di global kan ben ko le carte of 2016 for na power kanisa ya le même fond que african president font la balafati ita ko mo banko min donte misal fi yana siyo banko ka after marlo be ke preste ya na bota annabiyo moya din kilariya moya preste ya placement bunya min kuma ya ta ani alaya ite na go president ya fole ite na ta banko go kan tumaranke ya ha imamo worulo be bota banko isalon ko africano le biro do battle a special motion bila wala tan because being president kamaten Nyamena kara ya jambela ko example kon isalo nyi muksalo ngambe kon mulbe gel hani kon qur'ano kan men fo mulere hada mo don dolbe je hani be kan la miro la fisatoti parce que ite site min noto ni mira bi min no tata exile a hena be tumaran kiare ala family be boato a dunla muka esse sana dum muka konta ala muso e boato saite be sirita bo obe min keko banko kaita bo ko kilo la keka itela man saya na ba mo kilo na fikol yana finti janko de ka fo ko ha ning balente because hanga nitki adomi adama ken moto bari se kunta be bulala damento yalo teko ko yalo modo e sakero ka ko yalo e ka isis je bake e ka for president I agree 100%. Nanguna sa khalat. President be Gambia. Wa Gambia wa no problem. Wa man sama khalat man duma de gis president be Gambia. Wa tegial. Parce que man dama gis ben oustaz pour talk si grand plateau, big platform in Senegal. Muna Adama Barrow mi Senegalais. Oustaz ba mo ko ade. Ta oustaz bi bis dana ñew na dana la wax turu oustaz bi. Ta man lol mom jappena lol moy deug wax deug fa yalla ndam gamben wol dam mo worulo bebota gambien parite kuluta Sénégal Sénégalais man tay yow Sénégalais la lo jumala khadim te be roma la sanji tan ndani Sénégal tem people Sénégal ndeke na ka balé wala na gamben wol polde na mo wato gol fay katra Sénégalais senke kante ka Sénégal ko muta big tenti ka Sénégal what is hey gamben wol to la manke ko banko ni de kunintale but system o min be ya wala batandi system jimala wala biya divide and rule mukallaf ka je to fo to la banko divide and rule to la divide rule to nyaade wala CEO ga dañuy gis sen ken kuna da ngay gis sa bop ken kuna da ngay far lu fi nga feeto li moy deug ta gadum ko de buga wax mo ya xarew bi ñu wonta 2026 min campagne mina be jarle jam bol ka moy indi ro adamo don bo fo kan fonka tol moy e ba folo ko wi after week coalition no min be ana coalition no min ka kurukuru nda fole man ko kam men fo da ciot to ya ke jambo bala kwale sono men ka kurkuru akwale sono mantra kurkuru kanto against this government kwale sono min beba kurkuru kan 2020 sinda khadim la foye al min la moral kala kala asa to kwale sonto against UDP pura kana wi that is to arola foye weda nga gëm wax bi baxna weda nga ñakama gëm amul problème coalition bi gaay di kurkur yépp coalition bi against UDP pour mu baña win victoire 2026 abe tata nata ñaaje na fiti yalla be je ni wonta bi ñim banko kan ni man ni ba tonya fo kan UDP c'est biggest party in Gambia. Momo lafta Gambia jele. Lafta Gambia la pride ta nyato. Albel la UDP la kam. O manke ka foko demokrasi lam ha momo ken kuna ke finga fum la ne fum na feto. Wow, lol moy deg la. Wal men la Senegal jibe. Bi carte fok ta meneketa. Million ko ta winne ta eta nola. Be natale ko drop tale itol ba andale ni Ousmane Sonko. Adu coalition man keje. Because if you don't know together, fight against system. Wala past step la patriotic. So new UDP or chance of because big Gambia in the local government or in the Mansakundale institution no bilala ko. Jumal go Marlin system wala. Wala Rohi Malik law in capital. It's a mayor of the UDP. In the KMC biggest place in the Gambia, in the Talbe Ben Suda. The man is UDP. In the Brikama area council, in West Coast, biggest council in the West Coast. Jumala UDP. So Nimi left the bank Joe Kola. You come to UDP to fight against this system. And you draft the constitution can do samanang. Could definitely go come in the Sabena Kadafa and Benan do Binekasio, the Buguloko was as can be. Hey, ndoli amanka from 40. Nka gambe nun ke lamoy la kendeke. Nka diamul min lama bet tata na ba bet absolute na fikia. Wallahi jinor.
Abaraka Karim.
I tell you this, bro.
Abaraka, thank you.
Dunia falambo kuma kilem folen tamantar diamuka in my own past in Nidiala. Ndol mukadiamu nida mbakuma kilem fole mo kendo le wato banko in history al kalka mo kendo le nakar ha al kamo furo title di wala al kamida yol ta city count to banko tita adunda banko be wala nyam mo kendo le case mo lo wala kan eta fe bo mo furo sikandela wala nantita ala baraka ndol kam manjam pade bar anyway ala baraka wa
Baraka Karim Rasolo, Mariolo, one Karim opinion that he's entitled to it. It's not the position of UDP Online Bantaba. I just want to make a disclaimer. But callers all the position or what we have, they have a right to give their opinion, but it's not the position of UDP Online Bantaba. The view I may express them on in regards to this coalition talks. It's not our position. It's not our view. I just want to make that disclaimer. So is a view of the caller, which he is 100% entitled to, just like anybody else. Mobile right to the position, but officially it's not the position of UDP Online Bantaba. So a lot of position only for them very, very explicitly clear on that, so that people don't misconstrue. UDP is doing the way out. When we have a position on this, we will explain. But at this point, we haven't taken that position that Karim may for. But obviously, callers all the views. So my program will come for maybe Wednesday, inshallah. We'll have another cracker on continuation of programs thing. So I'll break back. So Sukuta say right now. No broke can be on Abu Nimbara. It's 21:55 right now in the UK, 10:55 in Germany, in France, Austria, and other parts of Europe. Baltin Dolabake, Baljela, obviously is 8:55 p.m. right now in Gambia. I'll break back. Phone in Bentaja Watodol. I'll break. Thank you.
Munaninte bota maili tu. Ite beden kili jumale lala. fata dami nte juguna nyanta fala jele Mandela do kuoke Gambia bebe jelela Gambia bebe se ore Lumena Mandela minada wolunta be pipeline Birinda ko sanka julojita akonte nganta tule wolumolu bere kampata bari woli mamari wolo woli ba mamari wolo munaninte bota maili tu ite beden kili jumale lala ni useni fata dami nte juguna nyanta fala jele Mandela do kuoke Gambia bebe jelela Gambia bebe se ore Lumena Mandela minada wolunta be pipeline Birinda ko sanka julojita akonte nganta tule wolumolu bere kampata bari woli mamari wolo woli ba mamari wolo ala be jinkera munaninte bota maili tu ite beden kili jumale lala ni useni fata dami nte juguna nyanta fala jele Mandela do kuoke Gambia bebe jelela Gambia bebe se ore Lumena Mandela minada wolunta be pipeline Birinda ko sanka julojita akonte nganta tule wolumolu bere kampata bari woli mamari wolo woli ba mamari wolo ala be jinkera manso be jinkera ale bonsajere keme senja menyoli be no ko njay wolle fala sonko nyulbe ale bonsajere ayeji Gambia badiale yabunda yabo badia aji yamuseka badia aji sukana kabadia biwe bediale de biwe bediale amaru badiale amaru sare badiale lamini masi badia lamini masi badia kemosi se bedia kemosi se badia de ala jukonde badia na tujalo kema ala jukonde badia biwo bedia bunne majamba bojamba dia boja sangaraka maike malem makulu sale kema biwa badia bunne Yesu kusingate jula Yesu kubadia de singate julo badia turoda badia biwo bedia bunne biwo bedia bunne biwo bedia bunne wali mabadiale Ibrahim badiale ibasha kuwalma biwa badiale de Ibrahim badiale